Welcome back. Tonight, it's time for Disco Elysium. I don't know why I'm doing this with my hands. I feel like one of those, one of those comedians from, I don't know, like one of those New York comedians, it's constantly doing that. I realised that I don't have my background music on as well. I feel like one of them because I'm doing this with my hands, So anyway, Disco Elysium, and I think we might be near the end. Very near the end of Disco Elysium, that is. We did the little bit where we had to square up to the mercenaries as they were trying to do their little tribunal. And we somehow managed to survive the attack. But there's still more to do, so let's get into it. Let's jump into Disco Elysium for possibly the last time. Possibly the last time. Let's put this background music off. And let's get this music from the game turned up. And let's play. As I say, there's a good chance that we might be at the end. And if we're at the end... Oh, just let me move my face. If we're at the end, I don't know how much longer we've got left of the game. We might have to play something else at the end of the stream. There's a couple of short games I was looking at, but it depends how much time we have. So let's get into this. Get back to the storyline, get back to what we were doing, and try to finish the game, possibly. So yeah, we just talked to him. I don't think I need the torch in my hand anymore, so we can put that back. Just stick that back there, because I don't think we're going to need it at the moment. What I am going to do is just make sure I've got enough healing items to get me by. Because I think we've got a pretty big situation coming up. We're hearing the music from downstairs. So what's going to happen here? Is everyone going to be like, yeah, he's alive? Or are they going to be like, oh god, he's alive? The place is empty. Let's have a wee chat to him.
Oh, you're right. It's good to see you back on your feet.
I did, thank you.
You're welcome. I thought it would be nice for you.
We'll just say thank you to the guy, because he did
Let's be fair.
get the place.
This establishment.
See, now they love me because I defended them.
From gunfire. I give credit where credit is due, and that, sir, was a nice shot. I was watching until you hit him.
Where did I actually shoot? I shot him right in the cheek, didn't I? That's right.
Anyway.
He really wants you to realise that he was also on the balcony looking by, in the danger zone. So
I did see him on the balcony.
I wish you a quick recovery. Also, you and your partner...
Oh, I don't have to pay, look. Don't have to pay to
This
stay.
establishment supports cops. The stay is free, the drinks are not.
Yeah, okay, I get you. I have to buy drinks if I want to have a drink. A couple of these people are dead. Let's just speak to old Titus here. See, now they actually respect the cops. These cops. These cops, obviously, in Disco Elysium. Because we've rescued them.
Motherfucker.
Sounds about right, to be honest. Sounds about right. So yeah, these cops are, starting to be given a little more respect by these people in an area where they totally distrusted them. Yeah, that was I was quite surprised that the only option was to shoot the guy, to be honest.
I guess what I'm trying to say here is, thank you for intervening.
So this might be the last night for this. We'll see.
This is big. It's as big of a thank you as Titus Hardy can muster under any circumstances.
Well,
And to thank me, you did my job.
Anyway, Copper.
I'm sorry about the people you
Dio is
lost.
old. I think he'd be pretty.
He went out fighting. He'll be happy.
Never could imagine him withering away on a sickbed. But Angus,
Yeah, that's a bit of a shame.
he was just a stupid kid.
Felt like he just went along with
Didn't
what
realize
those
the
guys were
mess he
doing, to
got
be honest.
into. Trusted me.
I don't know why I'm playing with these nail clippers. Put them down.
Balls on that kid. Went down fighting for someone else's shit like a fat, angry bear.
Here it comes. The last one is the worst one.
Yeah.
He only deals with it.
Absolutely.
By copious amounts of 8% beer.
And Glenn was my friend. Best I've ever had. I love that crazy homo like
I don't
my
think that
old
was
boy.
necessary.
We're all fucked
Was
without
that
him.
a necessary
What
bit
do
of
you do?
conversation there?
This job is shit.
They were good people. Well, you know, Glenn I don't think was that good a guy, to be quite honest, but
Well, yeah. Memento mori. Right.
yeah, that's right.
Memento mori, or remember that you must die, is a slogan
Eventually.
various religious orders have thrown around
I'll
since the
tell
dawn
you.
of mankind to
tell you
emphasize
we
the
must
vanity
die.
of earthly life
Oh,
and the transient nature of all earthly pursuits. In essence, it means one should live virtuously in this life to live better in the afterlife.
Or just, you know, so that you're not being an arse, you know. Yeah, totally,
Absolutely.
totally,
Today,
absolutely.
I'm going to get drunk, eat good food, and bed a good-looking guy.
You're probably not going to do all those things, are you?
Might run me over.
You're probably not going to do all those things.
Or you might die of a heart failure or syphilis.
Hey, hey.
Yeah, I mean, any of those are a possibility
Ruining a beautiful idea.
for ruining a beautiful idea. What's happened to the Hardy
I
Boys?
guess I'll
Do,
take
do,
a
do,
closer
do, do.
look at our union members.
Well, one of them's going to go off and
ambitious fellows there who love nothing more than advancing social
wrestle in one
democracy.
company, and the other one's going to be in another one doing nothing. Bound to be some ambitious fellas, maybe.
Might even ask Tibbs if he's tired
Tibbs.
of replacing windows, and maybe wants to have some fun with his brother. Anyway, don't you worry. As long as Titus Hardy's standing,
Shoot him!
there will be Hardy Boys.
Okay. Shall we play them out one last time? Do you know what happened to the girl?
No, don't care.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
I'll be glad.
I wish we'd
if I
arrested her
never
now.
See that fucking woman again.
Even after all that hell, he's still bitter about her. He
Same
shrugs
here.
and tries to look uninterested.
You know, because we should have arrested her, really. Any idea what I should do now?
Judging by the sight of you, I'd suggest crawling
Yeah, but
into bed.
what about something that I haven't already done?
with one hand and a big tit in the other.
Yeah, go pay Monica
I
a
see.
visit in Chandro. She's got a knack for making men forget about their worries. Biggest.
All right, that kind of
You
patter,
both
is it?
look like you could use some feminine company right now.
Okay.
Thank you for your advice, Eugene, and you too, Ala. I do always appreciate a good use of the expression milkers.
Yeah, well, maybe
You're
not.
welcome, Bina Claude. You're all right in my book. Take
Okay,
care,
well.
coppers.
Copo Loco. And the
Normal cop.
normal cop, I guess.
The crazy cop and the normal cop.
Scars made the best tattoos, they say.
Thanks for getting involved, guys. Not a lot of
To the line of
cops would
fire.
step up to that line of fire, but you did.
What's that? What is that? That's what was that? What was that? That was that is not the song I'm thinking of. That is not the song I'm thinking of. Never mind. Not a lot of cops would step into
And
the line
if
of
you
fire.
ever feel
Oh yeah.
like the uniform is holding
If
you
you
back,
ever feel
I've got a few vacancies. You'd make one hardy boy.
no thanks.
copper.
I'd rather not join you guys.
And Titus Hardy himself would make a good officer. That man was born to lead.
Yeah.
I will.
We could
Copper.
use a man like you. He could be the actual law here.
Now scoot. Because the Hardy
Imagine
boy
that. That would be terrible.
got some mourning and drinking to do.
Take
Yeah,
it
yeah,
easy
all
with
right.
the drink. The danger has not passed. This town needs you.
Yeah,
on
just
your feet.
because we stop them doesn't mean there aren't going to
Good
be more.
point, Bino Claude.
Uh,
We'll keep the vault.
Is that
under
some sort of-
12% tonight.
Word for the fact that he's wearing glasses. Right. Okay. Well, we've dealt with all that. So let's go. Wonder what's happening at the harbour. If we can find a way in, if there is a way in, maybe that's a problem now. Who knows? So yeah, I don't know how much longer this.
All around you, rain falls on the great city of Rivershaw.
What's that? One
Rain
day.
drips from the eaves and floods the gutters, washing the filth away. The spring thaw must be here. The snow is melting.
What am I doing?
Looking up at the sky, cold water dripping from your hat.
And what do I see?
Grey sky like great battleships, clouds colliding with one another. Rain falls down on the world.
How does it feel?
Humid. Your coat shields you from the rain while the city shivers around you.
Why am I asking all this? What's in the
Sheets
west?
of rain over the water. A flight of stairs leading into the
Uh-huh.
ocean. Wave after wave washing the coast of
What does
Martinique
that say?
with its motorboats and gently swaying reeds. The ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumble.
Let's just
on
look
a
at our
hill
surroundings.
Beyond the Bay of Revachol, ghosts rise into the sky.
What's in the
The
east?
great gates of the industrial harbour are
Harbour's locked. Right,
A
okay.
chill runs down your back. You shudder.
It's on lockdown.
Trying to shake water from its hide. You shudder, looking down at your feet.
Let's have a
Dirty
look at our
rain
surroundings
tumbles
before we move on.
veins into the plaza's snow. You realize you have no shoes on. Your feet are red with cold. From the corner of his eye, the lieutenant gives your feet a worried glance. Rain
My
drips
feet?
from his glasses.
Why did I not put any shoes on? What? I've got my boots on.
The
cool.
lieutenant nods, then looks east. The rain falls.
And what's in the north?
Tower blocks crowd one another.
Oh, we can look at this.
4.46
Maybe what's below.
millimeter bullets still lodged in their war-torn stone walls.
A lot of this is really just sort of listening
Hallways
to
collapse from the mortar hits of a
what's
war
being
that
said,
was
you know?
lost long ago. Clotheslines go to waste in the rain. Radios play. The morning news.
And closer.
Yard. Rain falls onto the roof of a woodshed.
It's up there, is it?
Lingering odor of decomposition mixes
And
with
Kuno's
the
still there.
soil.
He's got nothing better to do with his time. What's south?
Traffic jam. Rain
Oh, is that still
frying
jammed,
on
is
the
it?
roofs of motor vehicles. Inside, drivers.
Well, I
watch
suppose, of
water
course, if
streaming
the
down
if the
their
gates to the
windshield.
harbour are still locked and
The
they're still not
statue
getting
of
in.
the King shudders. He too is cold. The canal bridge has been raised. The
What about on the
road
other side?
ascends. A raised motorway loops above the ghetto.
What?
Beneath
Where the
its
hood at?
concrete columns, a sea of rooftops, woodwork, and tar stretches northward.
It's an odd thing to say.
buildings as far as the rain can fall. The snows melt in Jamrock.
So we're
Have
going
a
to say it?
brother in the cut. Where the hood at?
I agree.
In the rain-swept distance,
I agree.
above the rooftops of Jamrock, a repurposed silk mill stands perched.
It's great.
above the motorway
Talking
exit.
about all these places that we'll never
Precinct
actually see.
41 hunches in the rain. Your vision blurs. You wipe your face with your hand. The
What's
rain
above the
stings
rain?
your eyes, making you look up and blink.
What is that? Let's see.
Coalition aerostatics hang.
We'll just look at all this stuff.
Under the cloud cover. Way up there, where rain forms.
Seems
lotus
like
flocks
some trouble's on its way.
Your sight clears.
What's below?
Collapsed storm drains, old sewage systems flooded with rainwater. Hidden weapon
Okay.
caches from the revolution. Doors leading down to Le Royaume. The catacombs to which, for 3 centuries, they delivered the blue-blooded dead.
This
Okay,
rain
that's enough
will
of
not
that.
let up anytime soon. At least we are dressed for it. Let's keep moving.
Are we dressed for it though? Oh, got a wee blue thing as well.
Wow, so someone's been a little boring.
What?
Yes, my standard liege. Someone seen
Oh, it's like a
all
football
sorts of
team.
wild ideas pop off and thought, I'll take the boring one.
What about,
The
what's
regular,
boring?
Please. The brown. No need to be defensive. The regularity, the brownness, the cut and dry have their appeal. A very standard.
A very standard appeal. Okay.
You?
Am I boring?
Don't worry about
The guy who just
See,
fired on somebody who
also
was
regular
much better armed
Violet
than me.
Brown. He doesn't even want to talk to you about it.
Like, I'm just trying
Of
to do my
course
job.
you do. Let's get right to it. My
What?
lord's copper type is regular cop. I'll let everyone know.
Uh,
Send to Telefax.
yeah, why not?
Done and done.
It's better than being
No
like the
actual
the
communiques will be
what was
sent,
it, the-
of course.
not
That
the
would
sad
be
cop. What was
too
it?
Dramatic.
I can't remember. The one that basically totally bloody useless cop was essentially what he was. What does this say? It says, Un jour je serai de retour près de toi.
The graffito has been painted
So?
over the traces of the fight that took place here. It smells of
Sorry,
blood
my accent's
and
probably
heavy
terrible.
fuel oil. This was Cindy the Skull.
Looks like she finally found the words for her masterpiece.
The lieutenant crouches, touching the fuel oil with his finger.
Looks like it. Yes.
It's
is
still fresh.
It wasn't here yesterday.
Can we light it?
And blood. Some of it is even yours.
Oh.
Heavy fuel oil. Isn't that flammable?
What are you trying to
You
imply?
could buy some smokes, light up a cigarette.
I could.
right
That would
away,
be awesome.
You know, just to see what happens.
Where can I buy that from?
See if it's flammable. It's better that way.
Burn the whole place down. I don't think that's the right choice. It might be a fun choice. Let's go up here. Tell you what I am going to do, because if this is coming up towards the end, I'm thinking I probably need to get some healing items on the go. Just to be on the safe side. Probably another, I don't know, 5 of each or something. There.
A small
Obviously, Nosafed.
Okay, here.
Nosafed.
Here.
Nosafed.
Here. I hope Saint.
Nosafed.
Here.
Let's
Okay,
see. Let's go to
here.
9 and
I hope Saint Baptiste makes you.
net
Okay.
both of them.
Here.
Okay.
I hope
Here.
Saint Baptiste makes you. Okay. Here. I hope
Yeah.
Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
Yeah, okay, just keep
Here.
saying it. Just keep
I
saying,
hope Saint
okay,
Baptiste makes you
here.
feel better or something. Okay. Here.
Okay,
I hope Saint
here.
Baptiste. Okay. Here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you. Okay.
Okay.
Here.
Here.
I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
One more.
Okay.
Okay.
Here.
Here.
I hope Saint Baptiste makes you.
I hope not. See you later. Alright, what else can we do? Let's have a look and see if old Measurehead's still up on the balcony. Or if everyone's gone into hiding. Also, what are my options in terms of stuff to do here now? Light the graffiti on fire with a burning cigarette. Inspect the window in Clash's bedroom. Oh yeah, we were going to do that, weren't we? What's that? Regular law official. How exciting. Well, let's go up here first, and then we're going to have a look at her room, because we're kind of in the position where he's still there. I'm sure there was stuff behind him that was interesting that we couldn't touch before, like this. Was that it? I think that was it, wasn't it? Yeah. That's a little loud in my ear, actually. Hang on a sec. There we go. Okay, so there was not really much to do here anyway. Okay, well, let's go and look at the window then. Not sure how much that'll help us, but I want out of here. So yeah, we should have done that before we left, but what matters is we've kind of filled up on healing items, so we're good for now. We'll go and look in her old room at the window, at things that were around the window. I guess we're trying to look and see if we can work out where a shot might have come from. Maybe. The old lady with her husband, who were looking for the cryptid, have gone. So at least we don't have to worry about them anymore. I don't know exactly how long I've got left. It might not be our last. It might not be the last night we do it, but I think we are pretty close to the end. What's this? Did she leave a note or something for us? She left something on the table. Well, what is it then? Read it.
Next to the stack of bills,
A
you
note.
see a note. A few lines jotted down.
Yeah, she
in
obviously
large,
ran away as soon
uneven
as
handwriting,
she knew we
just
were
as
gone.
the writer was about to rush out the door. I'm sorry. I fucked everyone over. P.S. I didn't kill him. P.P.S. Gift upstairs.
A
A
gift.
gift upstairs?
I am not drawing my gun yet.
No, it's
I
not
don't
going to be
like
like a
gift.
bomb or something, is it?
Relax. Not everyone is out to trap you.
Well, let's find out. Not everyone's out to trap me, but she might be. You know, that's not a great it's not a great argument, really, is it? Not everyone's out to hurt you. But this person who led you astray twice about the murder might very well have. A red thread leads out of the room and onto the roof. The bed's been hastily made. Oh, has she laid out where she thinks the shot might have
This
come
window
from?
is pristine, at least on the inside. A red
She's
thread has been
given us an
taped
idea
to
where the
the
shot
glass
came
using
from.
adhesive tape. It trembles ever so slightly in the cold wind.
This is ballistics. She's left a trajectory for us.
She knew where the shot came from.
Golden light melts away into the blue, glassy
So
darkness of
she
your
must have
eyes.
seen the person
In it
shooting
are
then.
two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman on the single bed.
Position.
Like the witness said, the man
He's
is
kneeling,
naked,
she's on her
the
back.
woman
Yeah,
is
yeah,
on
yeah.
her back.
We know why.
It's the night of March 4th and a shot has just been fired.
Mm.
The man looks directly at the woman. The
Well, no,
shot's
'cause she
possible
couldn't have seen where the shot came
directions
from.
converge in his mouth. A ray
Not if that was
passed
the
from
position she was
somewhere
in.
outside, entering his brain, ending him.
Yeah, finishing him off for good.
The red thread bisecting the room shows the trajectory of the bullet.
So where's it coming from?
From the roof outside, location A prime. The glass fractures around the bullet hole.
Shards face
Shards
inwards.
face inwards like a corona behind the woman's back.
Where does
Maybe
the thread
if
go?
you extrapolate all possible points of origin first, the thread will make sense.
Well, let's
The
take a look
man
at
does
the
not
people
know the
first.
bullet has entered his brain.
Well, no,
He
of
never
course he
will.
doesn't. It would have been
Death
instant.
comes faster than the realization.
It would have been instant.
Ruby ruled this out vehemently. The shot would have been heard from
Yeah, there's no way it was
upstairs
on the roof.
where no one heard it. The likelihood of A prime
Unless it was
fallen
like a
drastically.
very
They
quiet
may be
weapon.
looking for a sniper. The shot had to come from a greater
Yeah.
distance, beyond A prime. Should we extrapolate to include every possible point of origin?
Well, every
in our
possible point of
maze?
origin. Somewhere on the other side of this building isn't likely, but let's, yeah. Extrapolate the
According to the
radius.
of the district, this shot could have come from a wide angle of locations,
Hmm.
starting with the northern edge of the abandoned boardwalk, ending with
So
an
there's like a
islet
wee
in the
isle,
bay. Let's
islet
call
there,
him
as it says.
B prime.
We need a boat to get there. Maybe it's there.
B prime for boardwalk, B double prime for Land's
The
End,
boardwalk.
and B triple prime for the islet detective.
I
There may
don't-
be smaller points in between, but those are too fine to zoom in on.
I don't know if that's a good. Have a look at the boardwalk.
700 meters away. The likeliest of these B
20%
positions,
chance.
20% chance. A skilled
Well, as we know,
sniper could have made this,
percentage chances are
provided he had a safe
very
sight
changeable in this
source.
game. Sometimes the lower
Even with
ones
the
you're more
mark
likely to
on the
get.
side, we're talking military training. At
Hmm.
that distance, the perpetrator would have had to take wind direction into account.
That seems like a difficult shot.
This would explain why no one heard the gunshot. The bullet came from far away,
What about over here at Land's End?
1.2 kilometers away. The least likely of
Oh,
those
okay, yeah, I mean,
positions, let's say
There'd have to be some weapon and
a
some
truly
shot.
skilled sniper could have done it, possibly from a tent.
Nah, far too far away.
Too far-fetched.
What about this one?
1 kilometer away, an unlikely point of origin.
Unlikely.
Beyond the docks somewhere, on an islet in the Bay of Martinaise, perhaps.
I mean,
there are islets there. Badly
could have been on a
charted as
boat,
they
to be
may
fair.
The shot would have been a small miracle. 5%.
Okay, that's very unlikely.
There is an extremely
That's
narrow
very
field of
unlikely.
view from the bay to the window. Between
But then
Rubicon
again-
Island 8B and 33A. The angle would have been extreme.
So we want to- I guess we want to
Access the
investigate
islets
these
is
places.
questionable, but it is a possibility. Then there's the thread the witness left.
She had a first-hand view. She did,
have
but
a
she
first-hand
had her
view
back
of
to
the
it.
event. Perhaps she found something in the outer reaches of her memory of it. You need to inspect it again.
Where does the
It
thread go?
suggests the bullet came from the extreme upper quadrant of possible angles, from a point
Okay.
beyond the roof. B triple prime,
B triple. So it does suggest it came from here.
the island in the bay.
So she's trying to say it came from there then.
Unless she thinks the perpetrator was standing on the ring antenna. That is where the thread seems to point.
Hmm. How did she know how to do this, I
She was
wonder?
there that night.
She
would
did
have
say
known
she
precisely
had a
where the
sort
bullet
of-
hole was in the glass.
Previous experience in this kind of thing, though, didn't she?
She had a long time.
She
to
was
think
there, but I
about it
mean-
after standing on that roof.
Based on that image,
staring
she wasn't
at the
looking.
glass.
It also looks like there may be more to her skill set than we know. The
Hmm.
question is, should we trust her?
This
I
is her way
find
of
that
saying
hard
sorry,
to
I think.
But at this point, what difference does it make?
We've also not
So
been
it
there,
is.
so
For a second, he seems tired.
yeah, maybe we need to go to the island.
In from the open window, the lieutenant sighs, looking into the cold distance.
I'm going to the
course.
island. Are you in?
How do we get there? Joyce Messier had a sloop, but she's gone.
That has to be Lillian.
Ah, yes, of course.
Use
The
her
village.
boat. That's about the
Let's
only
go.
option. Okay. Now what do we have? We have got some side quests, but I don't really care too much about them. I don't want to do that one. I can't do that one because we sold the photo. I'm not that interested in finding all the armor. It'd be nice to light the graffiti on fire, but I'm not desperate. I think we just go to the island. This was flashing as well, so I'm wondering why.
Date of birth generated.
Oh, has he finally worked out how old he is? Maybe.
You were born in the year
07, so we're
07,
talking about.
in the last year of the commune.
This
of
is
Russia,
51.
right before it fell, in the old military
What are we talking
hospital
about?
on the ground
40.
floor, where people usually came to die during a
2,
snowstorm.
43?
The revolution had about
44,
1
as it
to
says
go,
there,
and
maybe?
the fires were still
I
burning.
don't
bright.
know, I'm not
There
thinking
were
straight.
explosions in
I'm not
the
thinking
blizzard.
properly right now.
This was 44 years ago. You are 44 years
Okay, so
old.
I've just gained a difficulty to all
The bullet might
physique
never leave
passives.
your face, but beneath it,
I do get
you
more
still
logic,
have some years.
so I suppose
You
that's
still
good.
have some hope.
Cool. That's fine. Right, let's get out of here. Let's go and see.
2 neon lit shapes. A
Oh
man
no,
and a
leave! I didn't. I wanted the stairs, not that. Okay. So okay, we're going to try this island because it seems to be. It seems to be the most unlikely place, and yet it's where she suggested the shot came from. So I guess we're going there. Assuming Lillian will let us use her boat. Oh. So yeah, it very much does feel like the game's kind of winding down now, you know? It's like this is your final clue that'll hopefully lead to the final sort of, I don't know, answer to this. That was something I didn't want to say. Right, so let's go. Let's go and get the boat. Let's move on. We got to move on to here. I did see something suggesting that you're not really supposed to be running, but it doesn't seem to do me much damage, so... Okay, I need your boat. That's not it there, is it?
Officer, what happened? You're limping.
Because I got shot.
Why are you limping? You look terrible.
She sounds almost
Got
disappointed.
shot in the foot.
Is this from the shooting in town?
Yeah.
We heard gunshots. Not that we don't hear gunshots all the time.
What, you
but
hear
they
them
were
all the time?
closer than usual.
There was an exchange of fire
Yeah.
on Rue de Saint-Guy. It's nothing to be worried about.
See the other guys, 2 dead,
So
1
you're
in
a killer?
hospital.
That's good, I guess. Better than being dead.
I'm not a killer,
Aye.
I'm a cop.
I guess you are.
In the sense that he was
That's how it
only
goes.
killing the guy because the guy was going to kill him.
Of course.
We need to get
I
to that
hope
island.
That won't be a problem. It's wind still and the tar just dried. We've got 2 days of relative sunshine ahead.
Can we borrow the
If
boat?
you promise to bring it back, and no scraping the hull. I just got
Aye,
it nice
alright,
and
no
yellow.
worries.
And no drinking on the boat.
No drink.
And no
Here,
joyriding
he hasn't had a
either.
drink since the start of the game, so it's alright.
Of course, man. It's only for a day or two.
It's fine.
Official
He
place.
hasn't had a drink.
Aye.
The crow's
Yeah,
feet
I'm not gonna-
disappear from the corners of her eyes as she smiles at you.
What's on the island, do you know?
Just ruins.
It'd be the
Used to be
perfect
some
place for
kind
someone
of
to hide,
fortification there before the war.
if
The
nobody's
communards,
there.
An anti-aircraft gun, I think.
You know, because from any of the other
Some landing.
locations,
I haven't been there
someone else
myself,
could have heard the
always
shot.
steer Clear of it.
Hasn't been there herself. Who has then?
Thank you. Use your
Please be
skiff to get there.
conservative with the fuel, will you? Just filled her up. But
Be
it's a
conservative
small
with the
tank.
fuel. Alright, I'll turn the engine on and off as I'm going along then, yeah? Right, where's the boat here? Is it up here? Is that it? That must be it. Doesn't look very yellow. Well, unless she means the inside.
With a small steering engine in the back, floats on the calm mirror of the sea.
This is
Once
the
you
boat.
get in, that's it. One pull of the
We'll see what
starter
happens.
and you're off into the bay. A strange trepidation comes over you. Are you sure you want to go? Have you made all
Yes.
the necessary preparations?
I mean, I haven't closed all my
your
accounts, but
remember what the
I'm ready.
navigator said. It's a small tank. You won't be going back and forth on this.
take the engine, Kim. I'll hold the
What?
boombox. What? How else do we bless Sad FM on the way to the station, the island? Sad FM. Sounds like the
Sad
worst radio
FM
station ever.
is a radio station specializing in sad, slow rock songs. You seem to know
That's
this
it.
frequency by heart.
Let's get in and let's go. Look. It looks like, you know, these pictures you see of like old battles or whatever, and the leaders standing at the front of the landing vessel. Should put that music up, because we're getting to the end of our journey with Harry Dubois, or Harrier Dubois as his name is apparently. Honestly, is this like the slowest boat ever? Right, listen, you're going to need to turn. Yeah, good. Just have the game music for a wee while. Can we like zoom out or anything? No zooming allowed. Oh, there's the church, so it can't be too far, it's like up that way. That boy lives all the way up there inside the church, like that guy that was swinging in the rafters. I like this. It's quite nice. It's a good way to reach the end. It almost feels like this should be the end, you know, with this music playing. Just credits roll. But not yet. Well then, Harry, what's next? Oh, here we go. Is that like an oil spill there? Look at that. Who spilled oil here? Possibly the person who fired that shot? Possibly. Let's turn the music back down a touch. Oh. There's a lyric, Disco Inferno. Okay.
The boat comes to a slow stop.
Here we are.
The lieutenant turns the engine off. Then there's silence. In the
Silence is
a
golden.
sputter of wings. A flock of quails takes off in the distance.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's get this done. Let's possibly reach the end, although there's probably going to be like huge conversations, I would imagine. Makeshift bridge. I want to see what this place up here is. I imagine we'll be engaging in a lot of conversations. Attention inflammable. Some fuel leaked out of the barrel. Oh, that's what's causing that. Lingering trace of mazout in the air. Wait. I don't think I can go anywhere that way, can I? Let me just see. Doesn't look like it. Not really. Okay, well let's go up here then. What's that? ICM. Okay, let's go in here. One sec. So what are we doing here? What's that? Go over there? Oh, I see. They've got to go downstairs to go there. Careful, these stairs have collapsed. Yeah, probably don't want to go that way then. Books, mostly fantastique and historical fiction. Dishes stained with sauce and fire. Candles planted on a broken rangefinder. Could that have something to do with it? Oh, we can level something up here. What? Let me see. Let's do pain threshold, just so I get a feeling we're probably going to have to face off against somebody at some point soon, so I feel like that's probably not a bad choice. What's this?
Books and magazines lie scattered on the floor
Just
on a makeshift cupboard. They are not particularly well organized.
Well, if they're scattered, then obviously they're not
Most
organised
are
well.
soft covers.
I'm just going to scatter this one here, and then that one in alphabetical order there.
From the 20s
Can you
and
really
30s.
call them scattered if
This
that's the case?
disparate digest includes the classic Animal Adventures.
Oh, does it?
Popular depictions of man versus nature by amateur naturalists E&T Harpin,
Okay.
husband and wife. Widely read by people from all walks of life. Who doesn't like nature?
Who doesn't want to
Who doesn't
survive?
want to survive among what is most
Well, early on,
commercial
probably him,
fiction
to be
and
honest.
serialized stories? You find a magazine cathodique for electrical engineering. Then it's back to pulp. Light erotica, an international thriller about circuit benders.
Right.
Made themselves a home.
A home. Does anything stand out as unusual?
Not that you can tell.
Failed.
This is a digest of someone who's dead bored.
Hmm.
Most of it is
What's
for
this
entertainment
rangefinder about?
purposes. Fittingly right next to the radiola on the floor. Maybe
Nothing out
it's
of the
also
ordinary.
old-fashioned. There's a nude mag. More than
Yeah,
that,
that's not
you
particularly
can't say.
unusual.
The print in some of these is pretty small, though.
Person has good
This
eyesight.
person has good eyesight.
Right. It's good to know, I guess. What's that? Some clothes hanging up there. Are these clothes I can have? Army surplus scarf. +2 empathy, -1 composure. There's also this bed to have a look at.
There's a greasy old spring mattress in the corner, resting on piles of soft
Is this going to tell us anything?
White linen and a pillow are visible under a worn-out caracal blanket.
Someone has been squatting here.
Mm-hmm.
The linen is fresh, recently washed.
How
You
recent?
force the rest of the sentence out through pain.
I mean, it doesn't look very washed to me.
No longer able to hear yourself speak.
You know, officer, you can
Oh,
rest
we're in
here
some
if you're
pain.
feeling tired. I will keep watch. You could use some rest for what's ahead.
Yeah,
You
maybe
face
a
the
little
concrete
rest then.
wall,
Maybe a
listless
little
lying
rest.
there in the dark corner. Like a dog, you lie there. You didn't realize how tired you were. Your body is still nowhere near healed.
There we
The
go.
blanket feels cold.
Curl up, make
The
yourself feel
entire
safe.
room
The
does.
old fetal position.
Concrete and cold. Minutes pass. Half an hour maybe.
What are we
The
doing?
sounds of the sea beyond grow distant. Your eyelids close until
Until?
you feel yourself standing up in the darkness, right next
I'm
to
standing
the
in the
mattress.
dark.
Slowly, the world begins to hatch from the blackness.
You know, the longer we rest
It's
here, though,
evening.
the less likely we are to find out who did this, right? Oh, something's happening. Something's happening in the world today. Or is he just having some sort of crisis? Who knows? Those boots look ridiculous. So what's going on here? Where's Kim Kitsuragi gone? Door's still here, closed. Feels strange, you can't get in. Okay, well, that wasn't the way we came in, so what's happening here? Is this reality, or have I just come across some other kind of situation? Was that not the way out? Why can't I go out? I can't go out that door. That's not the exit. Maybe over here? Oh, here we go. Here's an exit. For a moment there, I thought we were trapped in this big place. So, okay, so where's our partner then? What's he doing? I think he's at the beach. Maybe, but if he is, it's not anywhere obvious. That doesn't help me at all. Can I get down the side of this somewhere? Oh yeah, there we go. So maybe he's over here somewhere. He's not there. Which part of the beach could he be on? Something up here. Walk into the water now. You see her footprints on the water. Whose footprints? What are we talking about here? Further. Oh yeah, look here. Where am I walking to? I can walk here, but I can't. Aha! Dolores Day.
The innocence of humanism.
Not Doris Day.
Internationalism and the welfare.
This is a dream then.
Turns around to face you.
Video Revachol.
In her hand, she seems to be in a hurry. Okay, don't say you need to talk.
So what are we doing?
Right away. Melt the ice.
This was who I spoke to on the phone,
This
wasn't
way
it?
you're already talking, but you don't even want to talk to her. She would
So-
only be cold and mean. Let her go. Let her go. This is the
Yeah,
holy
come on.
queen of the territories of Muindi.
You can't let the person who everyone thinks is like some
Think
kind of
the
god
historic knowledge we could glean.
figure.
This is
Get
a
away.
once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win her back.
Hey. How are you?
I'm doing really good, actually. Both professionally and romantically.
What's the
I've come to a fulfilling and
what's the
peaceful
relationship
period
between
in my
them
life.
then?
Well, how are you doing, Harry?
Dying in a ruined
God,
flak
Harry.
tower.
You have to take care of yourself. You're not a young man anymore.
I mean, he's only in his
Don't
mid-40s,
like
right? So it's not that bad.
Desperation is gearing up. This
As
is
it turns
everything
out.
I always warned you about.
Something's off.
Sorry. I was heading to the
Something's
aerodrome.
off.
I just don't have time to...
To what?
She
For small
knows
talk,
she
for
doesn't
chit-chat.
have time
No
to
time for
talk to her.
chit-chat, she says. Why not? You don't have time to tend to my emotions. That's awfully narcissistic of old Harry, isn't it?
What are you doing? Stop saying things like that.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Morova. To live there, in Grad. It's
A
1
million kilometers.
Harry. Might as well be another lifetime.
What's in the bag,
Just my
man?
scepter,
What's in the
my blue
bag?
cruciger, a spare silk gown, a toothbrush, travel documents,
What's in the
the
bag?
crown of immortality.
You sure it's not a ringer?
Oh, this.
Throw the ringer, man. Yeah, adjust your wreath.
This is just a wreath. The crown of immortality is made of rarefied light.
Sounds like a load of bollocks to
mana
me.
and raw palladium. It was passed on to me by the
Rarefied
rulers of late
light?
antiquity.
She looks at the suitcase, not knowing what more to say. Then over
Just have
her
a crown
shoulder,
made out of, like, I don't know, some of those Haribo rings. You know? A giant one that's no, that's stupid.
Anyway,
Can you stay for a moment? We need to talk.
no, Harry. No. I don't want a massive epic showdown.
Why not?
I want to go to the aerodrome. I have tickets for the 10:20 flight to Morova.
Because she doesn't want to.
Really, we don't have anything to talk about anymore.
Right, so what's
Every
the...
combination of words has been played out. The atoms don't form us anymore.
What's the relationship here supposed to be exactly?
Our unborn daughter.
Is that he stopped believing in this person, or
It's all gone. I have
or
to
is
go
it
to the aerodrome.
that
I have to leave
this is a
Revachol
real
and
person
you.
that he's...
And you have to be alone. In hell. Forever.
Wow.
That's just
You're
what it
alone
is.
in hell forever, pal. It's not very nice.
Whatever you do, don't try
Not-
to
not
kiss
doing
her
that.
yet. Not after that. You're still reeling. You'll fall over if you try now.
Don't go.
No, don't say it. Don't beg. It will only make her go.
Wait, yes, I have other questions. Where's the
Yes,
list?
Somewhere hidden among the options popping up in your nervous system.
I don't think
is
this is
the
working.
right one. That will make her love you again and not go to the aerodrome at all.
It's
Not
not.
a very good way for things to be. But, well, tell me there's something
I don't know
good.
why I said but. There is no but.
That's it?
That's it, yes. We've
I'll get
talked
over
about
it.
it a million
Well,
times.
he'll have to, won't he? He'll have to get over it.
You will get over it. Just like I did.
He has to learn how.
People do. Things will get good for you again.
Where in hell?
In hell?
You're only making it worse for him. You never help with anything.
What's this? You're right, I don't even remember who you are anymore. Haha! Don't know if that's a great reaction. Good for me where?
Oh,
In
yes,
hell?
she'll come around now. I made her.
No, she
love you
won't.
again.
What, for shouting at her like
Are
that?
you stupid? She's about to say something.
Something
Here it comes.
like, go away.
She started to love him again. Her
Not sure about
infant
this.
Dolores Day fiddles with the handle of her airport bag. She has a pained expression on her face. It's agonizing. See?
Is the
She
hell
isn't
thing
saying
really...
anything.
Did he actually say that?
I don't understand. It was, she herself said.
We were bad for each other, okay? I was bad for you.
So, everything
And
here
you
suggests
too.
this was some
I'm
kind of
bad.
unhealthy
Stop.
relationship.
I couldn't
one
just
way or the
turn
other.
into a bad person. You will get better. It just takes some time. For you,
I mean,
think it will take something like
I
20
suppose,
years,
but...
maybe. It was
So,
hard for
when
me
he's
too,
64.
you know.
When
I
I'm
used to think I couldn't live without
64.
you. But I can.
20 years! 20 years?
Yeah.
That's so much time!
It only took me 1 year, maybe 2. Phew.
So you felt that way once, that you cannot live
Yes.
without me.
But that time is gone now. So very gone.
Doesn't have to be like this, maybe we could try again.
hurry. We can't. We already tried again.
What are these
Didn't
questions?
work.
Is that how it is now? We should just try all good things twice.
So first we got to deal with the
By that logic,
internal conflict in Harry, I guess.
not you too.
What went wrong when we
I
tried
don't
again?
know. Please.
I guess we just ask all the questions that are there,
Harry.
even if it feels
we
awfully
can't be together because
desperate.
You're insane.
She avoids turning them to you.
how.
They're turning moist now. Her eyes. She slowly shakes her head and tries
Doing
to
that.
get hold of herself, brushing her hands in her gown.
What do you mean
You
by
know
that?
what I mean.
Everyone gets... I'll throw the necktie away, it stopped
What
saying
do you
things
mean
anyway.
Stopped saying things. It's not about some tie.
It's not about my tie.
You've worked there for so long you can't even talk like a normal person anymore. It's always lists with you.
They're not lists, they're trees.
This
Ah,
is
this is the
another one,
conversation.
isn't it? We're in a tree right now.
In descending order, usually,
Yeah.
it's best to do them
Yeah.
like that.
I don't do them like that, I jump all over the place.
It's not just the lists or trees.
You know, you have in your head
whatever.
kind of what you're wanting to say to somebody when you're
You
wanting
get
to
sad, Harry.
discuss something, right?
Too sad. People can't get that sad.
You've formulated rough
It's impossible
questions.
to watch. Other people get sad too, but
Maybe not,
like
like,
you.
written down.
You stay down for
But,
too
you know.
long. Until you start giving your thoughts names.
Like, it seems
and
like he
talking
gets
to things.
in order to investigate things to the fullest, he kind of
In
dives
conclusion,
into things he doesn't need to.
you're ill. You're an old, insane man. And
Not
you
doing
have
that.
to be in hell until the end of your life. And I have to go to Morova.
So what happens now?
I have to go. I'm gonna go now.
I was wrong. You don't have power over her anymore.
No.
You shouldn't have said that. I am wrong about everything. You should go on without me.
Can we have some coffee
No.
first?
That would only be painful.
Painful and dull.
At the aerodrome, life, love, and laughter are waiting for me.
Are they?
At the
Are you
cafeteria,
sure?
Dust, hell, and tragic comedy.
Probably.
Light, life, culture. It's
Is
so
that-
much better than here.
That's just
Everything here
go in.
reminds me of you and the horrible times we had. The nights we stayed up fighting for our dying love.
Yeah, this sounds like just a pretty
I
bad
have to wipe it all off
situation
me
all round.
and be clean again. I want to be a good person again.
What's this question all
Not
about?
this. Not what you
You
made
told
me
me
into.
it to be like this.
That
I don't
was
think.
someone else.
I don't think so.
I betrayed her, overwrote her, and I'm happier for it. And I'm really going now. The time is up. I must be on the 10:20 flight. I won't see you, but you will see me.
Is she getting a job on TV or something?
Oh, Harry, this is a dream. Can't you see? I'm already in Morova by now.
So it was ages ago.
Who knows how long ago this happened?
Does this mean
A
he's
year? 2?
he's
5 years ago?
stuck in some kind of loop?
Right here, tomorrow night. Once this dream starts
So this is a
happening,
dream.
it keeps happening. 3 times a week, at least. And Harry, it really, really looks like it started happening again. There's the video rental. I'm suffocatingly beautiful and young. And I smell of
I suppose she looks. If she's
tunium.
younger than him, then yeah, this
Like
is
I
obviously
did that
something from a
time
while
when I
back.
asked you for forgiveness. After leaving you the first time, so long ago. Oh yes.
I like this.
This is real darkness. It's not death
Hmm.
or war or child molestation. Real darkness has love for a face. The first death is in the heart, Harry.
It's a lot to kind of think about in the conversation, isn't
See you
it?
tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe. Bye. And now we wake up, I guess, with Kim Kitsuragi, no doubt, hanging about nearby. Is this going to lead us to the killer, though? That's the question.
You're up quick.
Yeah,
How was your sleep?
that's all the fucking
Are you
case.
sure you're okay?
Yeah,
You thrashed around and you bolted up, half covered in blood from your wound.
deep and invigorating
Of course,
sleep.
I was just thinking maybe you've torn your stitches. Are you ready to move on?
Just spit out the blood and get back to work. You're badass like that.
Okay.
Just get on with it. We've had a
He's
rest.
still worried.
It's time to keep
You
going.
must have really thrashed and squealed in your sleep.
Okay, well. So I guess we probably want to go... I can't go down there. We probably want to go where that was. Oh, what's this? What's this item? It's a shirt. Improves my hand-eye coordination. Exciting stuff. What's this do? What does this door
You
lead
see
to?
a small metal door nested inside a large
Okay, it's got a keyhole
a
in it.
heavy steel blast door.
I don't have a key.
There is
So that's fine. There's a door there. What's all this? Some money, some healing stuff. I'm starting to think I didn't need to buy the healing stuff. Some more healing stuff for my morale.
The
Why am I
heavy
doing
metal
that?
door.
I don't have the key. That was the way in. So I guess we want to go out that door that we saw. What's this thing before we do? This hatch is jammed. So this must be the... I mean, this is the only way we can go. Out the downstairs door. And I guess we just keep looking for the person who did it. Wait a minute, what's that? A firing slit, you can't see inside. What's that? A direct hit to take out such a huge chunk. Distant sound of cargo ships, signal horns on the water. Let's take a look around. Like a proper look around. The ice cracks underfoot. You'd think though, I would have thought the person would have taken an indoor firing position. I mean, that would make the most sense. To reduce the amount of...
A strange feeling looking at the water.
Wander off
Maybe
into the
you should
sea.
Just wander off into the sea. Leave it all and walk in.
Why?
Perhaps there's someone there, under the water, waiting for you.
Let's not go down this line of
Where it
thought.
has always been. Smelling of tutti frutti and betrayal. Maybe you know it's going to hurt.
Nah. Got a chain. Winch is broken. Right, so it doesn't look like we can get anywhere up there. But we can maybe get somewhere up the top there. What's that? Inside of the fortress you make out a console and a blast door. Okay. What's that? Pain in your pelvis makes you wince. As we've been shot quite badly, so... Oh, what's this place? Weathered artillery map, an old medicine cabinet, and a bed.
There's a rain-soaked mattress on a concrete
Soaked, though.
slab, only half covered by the crumbling roof. At the head of it, double embrasures, firing slits like two eyes in the wall.
Okay,
This looks like a good place to aim from.
let's inspect it
A
then.
single-person mattress, modern, civilian use.
A Marjorie mattress. Marjorie
There's
mattress.
a fuel stain on the cover, along with cigarette burns,
Okay.
and an empty can of beans on the ground next to it, filled to the brim with cigarette butts.
That embrasure, what can you see through it?
Don't know, let's
There's
take a look.
firing slit in the wall in front of you, like a little window. Quite
Touch the
old and
concrete.
grimy from years without cleaning. by
I don't know why I
anything
expected
other
to
than
feel.
rain.
Look through the hole.
The springs screech as you lean on the mattress and crane your neck to look out.
Could this be the
Trepidation,
place?
a tingling feeling in your stomach. A small piece of Martinez coastline
Oh.
opens up in the square in front of you, like a tiny landscape painting. 1 kilometer
Okay.
across the water. The ruins look familiar.
What's on the left?
A towering skyscraper, its top floors shaved off by artillery.
Caveside
fire.
Apartments.
Capeside
Capeside Apartments, sorry.
Rue de Saint-Gislain, 33A and 33B.
On the right?
The red chimney and collapsed back of the 4-story tenement in front of the
Oh.
whirling in rags. Rue de Saint-Gislain.
The doomed commercial area, yeah.
The doomed commercial area.
And in between?
The box-shaped silhouette of the whirling in rags.
Yeah,
Its
perfect.
sloped roof, a tiny fleck of light catches your eye on the rooftop. Sunlight
Yep.
reflecting off the upstairs window of Clausia's
It's the
room.
exact place.
What does that mean? Do you have line of sight to the window?
More than that.
Yes. With a pair of binoculars I could
A
see
pair of
in.
binoculars or a scope of a rifle?
Exactly.
You'd be prone, lying on the mattress, barrel resting on the embrasure.
Well, maybe.
I think we have it. The origin of the shot.
Yeah.
This is the sniper's nest.
Careful patting him on the back, he might
Affirmative.
be in trouble. Why didn't we come
Why?
here before?
We don't go everywhere in the 1,000-meter
It's
radius
true,
of
I
the crime
suppose.
scene. That's not procedure.
6 people are dead,
Don't
we could have
beat
stopped it.
yourself up, officer. We did not put guns in their hands or get them drunk.
Well, I suppose that's true at least.
The lieutenant pauses. Regret comes over him.
We will make up for it. Here. I feel it.
Could the shooter
Where?
still be here? On the island?
He does not answer. Just
Possibly. I mean,
nods.
if he was hiding out
With
here.
his back hunched, he looks around once more and says,
We should move now.
Yeah, you're probably right. But where else? Where could he be on the island if he's not right here, right now? Can we go up that way somewhere? No, oh, we can go No way to jump down here without breaking a few bones. What's this place up above? Can we get to that somehow? So if the guy's still here, where could he be? Oh, that was new. Take the fuel canister. Worth a bit of money, that. Oh, there's some more stuff here. Some health items and some money. Okay. We're not going to need the money, though. Seems like a pointless place to give us money. Oh. Feel eyes on your back. Someone's watching, but you can't say where. It's got to be up there, right? How'd I get up there? Oh, I see how. Well, I think I see how. Possibly. I need to find the key for... Either find the key for that door, or go out the door we came in. I don't know, let's see. Oh, this thing. Could we touch that before?
Green paint flicks off the monoblock aluminium cabinet. There are rows of
Rows of
switches on
switches.
the front panel, a frequency band, and even a keyboard. The keys
What's a
rattle
keyboard
like
do?
teeth.
A rattly
This
keyboard,
hasn't
just
been
what you don't need.
functional in decades.
The console of an
What was that?
anti-computation device.
Yeah.
There was a generator upstairs with wires coming out. They terminate here.
What does it do though?
Urgence, ouvert, allumé, radiodiffusé.
Something about...
Sounds like this device was used to control the electronics here. Maybe it still does.
Maybe.
This device
Probably not
was
though.
used to control the electronics in the room.
Oh, what's this?
It could open doors, control lights, function as a radio computer.
Sorry, emergency
We need to
open.
restore power before using this office. We should look around outside. There are barrels all over. Maybe
I've
one
got
of them
fuel.
still has something in it.
The boat engine.
Oh, this
There's
fuel.
barely anything left. That won't work.
Oh, we can get some
But
from the
officer,
boat.
Then we would have to swim back to the main
Yeah, we
line.
can't do that.
Let's just look around, okay?
The consul stands by, mutely. Urgence. Oh,
So we can't... Is that something we have to do before we can get anywhere? Or is that just a kind of alternative thing? Oh, what's this? Can we get fuel from there maybe? What is... That's the generator, I assume.
an old cylindrical
Yeah.
generator. The lieutenant puts his hand on the metal barrel, checking for warmth.
It's cold now.
It's cold, is
But
it?
someone has been maintaining it. The wiring has been repaired.
Pour
The
fuel in.
lieutenant assists you, holding the canister up.
I think
to the
he
fuel
said there
tank
wasn't enough
as you
fuel.
tilt. Dark brown, viscous fluid pours out, and the room fills with a chemical smell. There's a red starter switch on the side of the cylinder and a start rope on the other side.
Pull the rope.
recoil start wakes the old generator up. The
Yes,
machine
it's on.
sputters
So
like
maybe
a
that was
rocket
enough.
horse before settling down to a rattle.
That should do it.
Yeah, you said that I wasn't going to have enough fuel. Right, we know where the things lead, so I'm just going to add more to my pain threshold. I don't know that I need to, but I feel like it's just... I haven't been putting much in physical skills, and I feel like we probably need to. So I'm hoping that this button opens that door over there. Hoping.
A dim golden glow.
It's on.
Automatic boot. The blast door
There we go.
opens with a series of clicks.
Door open!
A shaft of light appears, then widens as the light
So this is
shines in.
probably where we're going to find the killer. Will we survive meeting them? I don't know. That's great. Can we finish this now? We're still waiting for the door to open.
After you.
Yeah. Before I felt like someone was watching me.
So did I. Not back there, but I felt it since we came here.
What if we get into
Don't
another
worry.
fight?
I have a gun.
Yeah,
I know.
so
It
do I.
isn't easy to acquire.
Well, let's go. Well, you weren't there when I reacquired it. I had to do that entirely on my own. Okay, so the next step will be meeting whoever the killer is, I guess. There's a wee tire or something, look. A rubber dinghy. It just looks like a tire. An inner tube, or well, small white flowers blossoming. Very good. Ah, who's this? He's got a rifle. Has to be him, right? A deserter.
An old man wearing tracksuit trousers leans on the front
Is this the
stock
last
of
bit?
his rifle. He gathers a big ball of spit in his mouth,
Nice, he's not going to spit at me, is he?
then spits it out into the extinguished fire before him. He raises his black eyes.
So this is the
hooded
question, I
by
suppose.
creased eyelids to
Where does this go?
pupils. Unclouded by cataracts, his eyesight is sharp. He's practically tearing up from spite. Hatred got the best of him a long time ago. This man hates everything.
Change your eyesight.
Yes. Helps me see all the shit.
Did you close the blast door by any
I
chance?
did.
Mm-hmm.
And you opened it. How?
I fueled
I
the
should
generator.
burn that console down.
Yeah, how did you know I was coming?
Reactionary rock and roll music.
Mm.
Playing.
Oh, I
on
see. When we were coming over with the boombox.
Told you we shouldn't play sad FM.
But you didn't say that, Kim. No, you
We
didn't.
have entered a world
He
where
didn't
you
say
said
that.
You shouldn't. It is the only world.
It was not rock and roll. It was sad
Sad
FM.
FM, huh? I always hated
Hates it.
that station. Phlegmatic, counter-revolutionary dirges. Sadness is a mental illness, a weapon of the bourgeoisie. The fascists were right about rock and roll.
Uh-huh.
It is degenerate, hip gyrating, mental illness music.
Well, that's just like your opinion, man.
It's not nice. It's
Oh.
a piece of shit. But it gets the job done.
So that's a Bell
It's a
McGrath.
3-Angong.
It's an entirely different gun.
Southeast Samarin made, exotic, must be defunct too. No modern rifle manufacturer of that name springs to mind.
The
Keep going.
Samaran rifle. How did you get hold of one?
Probably because he was one, or he fought with them.
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Sinyao commune.
Oh,
Military
so,
team.
yeah. The Sinyao commune?
You heard me. It's good now, like chalk wiped from the ball.
Right. I need you to put down the gun so we can talk further with the
lieutenant
police.
pulls his pistol from the holster.
You didn't need to jump like that.
Glorified night watchman. This is a service rifle. I can only lay it down before an enemy commander of correspondence.
What do you think? Is this likely? Let's try it.
The words
I succeeded.
I am an enemy commander sound cold as iron from your lungs. The old man still hugs his gun.
Although I feel like that might
What
not have been the
rank
best
would
option.
that be, dog?
It was that, wasn't it?
A big wheel of the 4th Regiment of the Pederast Army.
That's a bit nasty.
It's a walking stick anyway. It's out of bullets.
Yeah, you used the last one on killing that guy, presumably because he did something horrendous to his
like
people.
an amputated limb in the sand. His gaze follows your motions.
We'll just take
The
that.
rifle feels surprisingly light in your hand. Frame stocked and
Turned out it wasn't him
in
either.
places with tape and wire. The rifle's in a shabby state, like a crutch that's seen too much travel.
All that matters is if you could take that last shot, right?
Into the forearm, made of walnut.
He's probably got another gun on him anyway.
On the butt, you see Vespertine writing, burned into the wood. Triangle, 4.46mm, made in Sinyao.
It's a train going.
Worn. Personalized even. Looks like this weapon has seen a lot of use.
It probably did
hasn't it?
during the war.
No response from the old man. The plastic cape around his shoulders rustles.
He's not gonna
in the
answer
small
us
bout
any of our
flame.
questions.
Jacketed. Military grade ammunition. Stable in flight.
Yeah.
Good
Would
for
balance
hunting
quite
something
nicely.
Very, very far away.
As he speaks, he stresses every word.
Just need to get
He's
something
like
there.
canvas.
Right, we put the gun away. Let's ask him some different
Follow
questions.
your motion with his gaze. His right arm twitches suddenly.
Oh,
This looked very much like the murder weapon. It could be used against him to get a confession.
in time.
Time.
Yeah. Who are you?
My name is Joseph Lilianov.
Tell us who you are.
Dross, political commissar of the 114th Anti-Aircraft
Political
Division
enemies of the current coalition or whatever they're called. I can't remember.
Of Revachol.
Fair enough.
I am a deserter.
So they're from the
partisan,
communist kind of past.
and a prisoner of war. This is my termless surrender.
Okay.
The commune of Revachol? Do you mean the ICM? Your holdover from the...
From the Insular Indian Citizens
Right.
Militia, the army of the revolution. I was recruited in
Okay.
Jamrock in 07.
In the year he was
Trained
born.
in the École de Contrôle Orient, and consigned to emergency defense duties in 08.
Okay.
I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned
Sounds
here
like he probably
on
would
May
have
14th,
reason to attack the other guy.
still armed and ideologically trained, I wrote a criticism of myself and resumed partisan duties.
I see.
51 minus 8 equals 43.
What? You've been on this island for 43 years? He doesn't even know the war's over, maybe.
No.
Oh.
I've been on other islands too.
He's been dotted around.
I was an resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was an E-48, a nameless sound, until the sea washed over it. Then I came back here. That was 22 years ago.
Said you deserted your
I
unit.
was just 16 years old, 15 when I volunteered. I had a lapse of faith.
What's the situation here, I wonder?
And of courage, too. You
Lapse of
could
faith?
say I misunderstood the historic role of the proletariat and thought Mazovian socioeconomics were fallible.
But were they?
For a second, I doubted the irreducible laws of historic materialism.
Did you? Well... Okay.
A second is all it took
For what?
reaction to take hold.
What's reaction?
Petty bourgeois terror. It's in all men.
It wasn't reaction, you were just
It's
afraid.
the same thing. You haven't seen it. Not really.
I mean-
Not naked. It's impossible not to be afraid.
Yeah, in that situation.
And this was... when?
Some heavy stuff.
May the 13th, 08, 44 years ago. The horizon was black with coalition airships. Their petroleum rose to the
Nothing
sky.
good was coming of any of it.
Like it formed the clouds, storm clouds. When they started shelling, it was dark magic.
Dark magic?
The combined might of international capital, all at once.
He's got some
All
stories to
the
tell.
Greed and terror in the world tore into Revachol. It lifted streets from the ground and turned houses into ghosts. We were in the flak tower, huddled on the floor. The
He has
artillery
stayed
was
pretty much
80
here.
Kilometers away in Ozon, but I knew the commune would fall. We would all be turned into ash. So I said I was going to the map room.
A terrible
Yeah.
shame still within him. The lobes of his ears are red with it. The shame and smallness of what he became.
He didn't go to the map room then.
No. I climbed the chain link across the water and hid inland, in the bunkers there, like the weakest of the weak. A mouse.
If he knew there was nothing to be done though.
And the sound of the rotors in the morning, whirring.
It's an interesting way to describe that noise. What was that?
Airships. I climbed out into
Fish waddle.
hell. The landing was complete. The chain was submerged. I had to swim back. The fortress was half submerged too.
Not much to
Shattered.
talk about while this is going on. Can't hear anything if I talk too much.
They'd all drowned in the lower levels or got torn to shreds above. The anti-aircraft gun had malfunctioned.
A lot of it is just listening to.
So had I. I left
Conversation.
the
I've enjoyed it.
logical direction.
It maybe wasn't the ideal thing to do a stream on though.
I'd seen it. I'd seen it in reality. The
Seen what?
mask of humanity fall from capital. It
A
has
lot of-
to take it off to kill everyone.
A variety of sort of hard-hitting issues and
All the hope and tenderness in the world. It has
social
to take
sort
it
of
off
problems and
just
things.
for 1 second to do the deed. And then
All
you
important
see
things to kind of
as
discuss,
it
but
strangles and beats your friends to death.
I think it presented
The
it pretty
sweetest,
well.
most courageous people in the world. You see the fear and power in its eyes. Then you know.
What do you
that
know?
the bourgeois are not human.
Always suspected
Now
the
is
same.
not the time, Lieutenant Jeffreto.
I had to. I had to fight it. I could not stop anymore.
Where's this place?
It's not an island, Dwight. It's a defensive fortification.
He's
of
the last surviving
commune of
defender.
Revachol. And I am its last surviving defender.
What was it used
The
for?
congenitally deformed King Philip II built
Lovely.
it to restrict access to the Bay of Revachol. We captured it in '02, retrofitted the fort with an AA gun to defend
Just
against
turn it up a little
an
bit.
airborne landing. Against the whole world.
It's all pretty much conversation. I mean, the landing, retaking Revachol.
Coalition military called it Operation Deathblow. I later found out on the radio they called it Deathblow.
Death blow.
You're one of them. Tell me, who speaks like that? We had 50 million people on Caillou alone.
Murderers.
You don't know. You haven't seen it. Iblis,
Iblis?
the black-eyed angel.
How have you survived all this
How
time?
does anyone survive? I steal.
I think he was looking through the thing and he saw the guy, maybe saw the guy's tattoos and thought he must be somebody he needed to take down.
Supplies,
Just steal.
vegetables, collect rainwater. It's the life of a dog, not a human being.
How is your health, Mr. Dross?
I've been throwing up blood
Not
since
good, then.
winter. Red, like beetroot. Been
All right,
passing it
purple
in
there.
school, too.
He does seem frail, gaunt for his age, more like 75 than 65. Trouble putting on weight could mean cancer.
The RCM
Maybe.
can provide medical services. You need to be looked over.
I need to die.
Hmm.
You don't have medical facilities. You have guns. That's all they give you. Toy guns.
We have painkillers.
I have been running out of that stuff.
There's no way he could manage the
Yeah.
pain without them. It's safe to say
addicted.
he is addicted to painkillers by now.
You like the Druamine, don't
It's
you?
the little joys. A dark joke. A sunshiny day. Morphine.
Serious situation.
There's nothing to look over. The triage is in, and it's black.
Yeah, he's not.
Administer morphine. Moribund.
How have you coped mentally?
I haven't. I have holes in my brain.
Silly question,
Years
really.
Missing. Others filled with pain only. A decade of I don't even know what. Inferno?
Yeah. What's the
I would
lieutenant going
imagine
to
it
say?
gets tremendously difficult mentally to live in isolation.
Traitors. It's better alone. I watch the
Better alone.
people of this city turn the lights back on more and more each year.
Yeah,
Ruins.
they're trying to go back to normal.
glimmering in the dark.
Well, some
like
level
a
of normality.
fucking merry-go-round. It's disgusting.
Well, trying to live is disgusting.
Are they not heartbroken? How could they have moved on?
Let's ask this question just because it's sitting there.
43 years and 10 months.
So, the length of my entire life.
Too long. It's not how a human being should live. But I couldn't just forget what I saw.
What have
What
you
did you
been doing
see?
during all this time?
Hiding, fishing, waiting.
What was he waiting for? Was he waiting for that guy to arrive?
Where the afternoon grows late, en Rue de Saint-Gislain, people walk
What
home.
was his...
Street lights will soon be lit. Further in,
He's had a clear view of this place, that place,
men, women,
for
children,
years.
Street hawks and migrant laborers. The temperature is steady. Alto
And nobody would have known he was
fall
here.
above Precinct 41. Two police officers step out of the whirling.
Oh, this is these people that were following me around,
Satellite
apparently.
officer Jean-Vic Mayer inspects giant letters across the plaza mosaic. In
This is
dark
what's
blue,
happening while
government
we're away.
heavy fuel oil. Patrol officer Judith Minot points west. The fishing village. She glances at
They're going to know that I've got a boat
We meet in 15
once they
minutes.
do that.
It's a 10-minute walk. The officers go, leaving behind the writing. Still spelling.
One day I'll
patrol.
return to your side.
One day, it says, I will return to your side.
Has that got something to do with the dream we had?
Always waiting
For
for
what?
her to return.
Oh, it's the same.
Who?
Girl, child, revolution.
She's
The
gone.
material base for an uprising has eroded.
She's gone to another place.
Working class has betrayed mankind
Far away.
and themselves. The historic opportunity
even
for
still
our
around.
revolution has passed. It will not come back anymore. However hard I try, whatever I do.
Okay. Have you concealed
It
yourself
was
all this
hard
time?
in the tens. I didn't
Early
have
on,
partisan
not good.
training. They were searching for stragglers, those bloodhounds. Floodlights on the water at night.
There were posters, campaigns.
Yeah.
The communards still hoped, and they needed to snuff that hope out. The East capitulated.
Everywhere.
Martinez and Cold City
Eventually.
were turned to dust. But Jamrock, Forberg, even Coron, and Boogie Street, of course. Those fucking kips had Marsov coursing through their veins. And others too.
Did they?
Some cordons of Revachol were
Oops.
still fighting. There were cells. I tried to contact them.
Yeah, eventually they would have been
all
found.
silent. The frequency's dead.
It's weird to think that he was the only one that wasn't. How did you get between here and the
At
mainland?
night, I used a dinghy.
That one that we found
I only
deflated.
went after dark then. When I got to the city, I stayed underground. Patrols, you lot, the commons too. They'd started snitching.
In the city, you move
Fair
underground?
enough.
From bunker to bunker.
Ah.
Not anymore. No one cares now. I don't even have to hide.
No one would
They
know.
think I'm another antisocial vagrant. I could walk straight into that town if I wanted. I just...
Were you in the weapons cache?
So you finally found it. There must have been a small squadron's worth of arms in there.
Yeah.
Elmer Graves, right?
They were
I know.
damaged beyond use.
So you've been there.
Sleeping.
Tried to take them.
Some nights. Ammo
realised he couldn't.
scrounging on others. Those McGraves were
Well,
shit.
they were
even
crap
before they
anyway.
corroded. Some had bullets in the chamber, however.
You feel the dots connecting. Little dots
Ah.
on the map he's walked across.
Have you stayed under the Feld
The
building?
propaganda bunker. I used to, but not anymore.
Not after that person moved there.
Propaganda bunker?
They stored leaflets there. Broadcasting equipment too.
And then they did
They
that.
broadcast, I think. Propaganda officers. I buried them with their leaflets.
You
They
got-
killed
yeah.
themselves. 2 young boys. And a lot of our boys did.
Oh.
I spent some winters there. Never liked it. Kept thinking of them.
Why doesn't he just walk there, actually?
No need to go underground anymore. It's better in the ruins, on the ground. I don't want to. They're all
Doesn't want to go.
traitors. Pigs.
He doesn't like any of them
rabbits,
because they're all
dogs.
against what
Men without ideals are
He
only
stood for.
animals.
at one time.
He does not want to see life moving on.
Okay,
The
tell me
old
something
man
else.
looks across the water, at the city, the ruins, the motorways rising above
You
it.
said this is a termless surrender.
You're with the RCM. The coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol. A so-called lieutenant.
I don't think we're going to get that. We're with the RCM, let's leave it at that.
Blitz. You represent the moralist international.
I mean, we do.
The enemies
Can't
of
say we don't,
humanity who took this
'cause we do.
city. I represent their adversary, the Parti Communiste d'Ancelande. Take me to them as a prisoner of war.
Do you think they'll want you? It's a bit late now.
No longer serve. No superiors can relieve me of my duty. You bulldoze them.
Well, then you're the only officer left, so you can relieve yourself of duty.
A spray of blood from his mouth on the black charcoal in the fire pit.
So you're from the Communist Army.
I am not a soldier. I am an ideological officer. I belong to the party, not the army.
You said you were trained and assigned to the Defence Corps.
Trained in historical materialism.
What?
Then assigned as a political.
So how's he such a good shot with the rifle then?
The party. These things used to mean something.
What does a political commissar
The
do?
old man does not answer. He tilts
Nobody knows
his
about any of
silver
this in
head
this place.
and looks at the reeds. You see a small tremor pass through his legs.
His job was to assure the army answers to civilian control and
Right.
follow the ideology of the commune.
Scientific communism.
Oh, I see.
Commissaire politique is a night philosopher of the
Are they?
revolution. A future human.
Okay.
He nods slowly. Then another tremor.
Listen, I'm also
No,
one.
you're not. You're a liberast.
I have the thoughts
All
in my
the
head.
real communists are dead. They died fighting for
Are you dead? No.
communism. Are you dead? No. You're an inert lump with a gun.
Detective,
Fair
we
enough.
have not come here to discuss ideology. We have come to ask questions regarding a
We
murder
have.
investigation.
The old man spits into
He's
the
not saying
fire
anything
pit.
right now.
He does not say anything more.
This is why he did it,
But
probably, actually.
There's definitely something off with his body.
Like, maybe he
Something
thought if I
more
kill
than just
somebody, maybe they'll have to take me.
or even cancer.
Another serious
There's
question.
nothing serious in this world. It's
What
a
have you been-
farce.
Alright, what have you been using the gun for?
I've used it for killing people.
Yeah.
Killing people?
It's a gun.
Recently.
That's what they're for. You want a moralist euphemism? Defending your family and your property.
Yeah, that's not what
I
he's done it
haven't
for.
that. I've used it to kill people.
Interesting.
To murder people.
During or after the war?
Both.
There is no after the war.
Yeah, he's saying he's still
Class war. Is
he's still
never
fighting a war.
over.
So he's continued killing after hostilities ended.
Yep.
Okay. Go in straight. No euphemism.
Yeah, let's just try it.
He doesn't like those. No. Be careful now.
No, I think
Slow and steady does it. Make him repeat it first. Don't mess this up.
so. I'm seeing you've
Remember,
killed people
He wants to tell you.
after fighting stopped.
What did I just say?
He says, yeah, as far as he's concerned, the fighting
What
didn't
did
stop.
I just tell you? Don't drop the ball now.
Did you use that gun to shoot and kill a colonel of the security contractor,
Well,
Cornell?
now.
He wouldn't
heard
know who
you.
they are.
He just wants to hear you say it again. This is dramatic flair on his part. Right choice. We're in. Do it, sire.
His name was Elias Cortinaire.
Oh yes, that one. Ugly piece of work, that boy.
In what way?
Kill him?
I am a son of a welder.
Son of a welder?
And an officer of the commune of Revachol.
Okay.
I do not collaborate with
So is that a yes?
pederasts of the liberal regime.
A drop of blood in the saliva.
He's gonna die
Exhausted
before
with
this conversation
proof.
ends, isn't
Pile
he?
it all on him. Get a confession. Something about the tracks. Suddenly, all those tracks are so confusing. Go with something else first.
Done the ballistics, the shot came from this island.
Saw you poking around there,
Hmm.
looking for evidence. You're damn diligent when it comes to dead fascies.
He definitely
Did you
is,
like
but
the view?
it's because his people in charge of him are.
You had direct visibility.
Yeah.
There are embrasures in the concrete, specifically meant for a top follower to use.
Yeah.
And you had a long-range rifle in your possession. You've been here a long time, Mr. Dras. Too long. You clearly need medical aid.
I'm ready to die.
He's gonna have some other kind of weapon and we're gonna have to
I've
shoot
done
him.
my part.
He's practically admitting to it. Dead fascists for fascists. Done his part.
You're admitting you killed him?
You're sad for your fascia brother,
No.
aren't you?
I don't know him.
One twig got broken. Now the others are sad.
Well, the others are dead. Well, two of them anyway.
Almost. He almost burst out there. Keep piling arguments. Anything.
What need your cooperation? Look at this.
Not a lot of guns around that use military
No, there aren't.
ammunition, are there?
It's a real gun,
Yeah.
not like your little musketeer pistols. I've seen you prance around with those. Jumping hoops for the
Is
liberals.
that what he calls that union guy? Those union guys, is it?
You look like imbeciles.
Yeah.
Why don't you ask them to give you real weapons? Going against automatic rifles with these toy guns. Of course you got those boys
Well, they
killed.
could have been armed themselves.
Damn. He saw you. He's watched
He saw
it
what we
happen.
did.
So he saw you. Okay. So what? Don't
Stop
let it
changing the
divert you.
subject. We have
You
the
know
murder
what?
weapon.
You're right. I'm convinced this made the shot. Should we call it?
You think we have the murder weapon?
4.46 jacketed ammunition.
Just
This
to
is
add
for
some,
range. We have it.
you know,
This is it.
some feeling to it.
Good.
We have the murder weapon.
This feels good, doesn't it? Telling things
Well,
up
tying it
like
all
this.
up.
When you have the murder weapon, you have the killer.
Murder.
Well, we don't. As far as we know,
This pushed him.
unless you've got a
Not
reason.
enough. Just a little more.
I'm not forgetting.
Wait. Don't forget the footprints.
The footprints.
Diagonal prints in the dust in the secret space behind Classia's bedroom. Now they're gonna come up.
Of course,
You
thank
got it.
you.
Remember? The boot prints.
No,
like
they weren't a
real
modern soul.
Maybe don't beat yourself anymore, though. You're not immortal.
I wonder what brand of boots you're wearing.
Everything is brands with you individualists. Who cares
No,
what
not really.
brand my shoes are?
It helps me work out
Sansa.
whether you were somewhere else.
Some shit.
Show me the souls, please, Mr. Duras.
Fucking imbecile.
He's going to show us the bottom of his shoes. Worn out running shoes.
The maker is called Sensorique, and the size is 42 to 44.
Was he peeking in the room?
These are not the unusual horizontal
Oh,
pattern
okay.
soles you saw in the
But he
dust
could be
on the
wearing
floor
different
of the
boots.
hidden room. They do, however, seem to be about the same size.
The size fits, but not the soul.
Maybe it's simpler than that.
Sire, he doesn't have to be wearing them right now.
No. People change the shoes.
Racking those brains, are you? Desperate to report
No, I'm
something
just,
back to your
You know,
master.
trying to report a
They
murder.
must have really loved
Whether
that.
your reasons were right in your head or not, you still killed somebody.
The lieutenant gives you a quick sideways glance and nods to acknowledge. The prints were his. You can see it
Yeah.
in those eyes. He can't keep them from flickering, looking for something. The old man stares at his own prints in the ash around the fire.
Gush of wind.
Silent suddenly. Some strange process.
But surely it's
begins.
some kind of person
The
who'd know how
gush
to
of
cover his
wind.
tracks.
Seagulls in the distance.
Unless he didn't think anybody would ever go in there.
You know who he was. A coalition-trained murderer. Armored and armed. He wasn't
Yeah.
human. The blunt end of a hammer.
Yeah.
Dripping with blood.
I'm not saying he didn't
Beating
deserve
us to the ground. Moaning with
through the
joy.
things he did himself.
You hounds
You know,
get no
I'm sure he
fun
didn't do it. I'm sure there were
company
lots of things he did
trained
that weren't very
killer dies.
nice.
I
as
haven't
well.
seen you on this coast for
It depends,
40
you know, what the
years.
cause behind it was, though.
You know, maybe
The other guy
I
was
should have
probably
killed
doing it
one
because he was
sooner.
told to kill as many people as possible. Him, maybe not.
Got your attention. Now you stop beating druggies and prostitutes.
From
in
the way
your
his
basement.
pals acted, the other guy
Now
was
you
definitely
come to
a
investigate.
fascist.
Not when
type.
they die by the hundreds.
And we definitely don't want anything to do with them.
This is it. Shot him. Shot him. Say shot him, not killed him.
So you shot him.
Oh, the inhumanity.
He did, yeah.
One paramilitary less in Revachol.
Well, actually 3, because I killed 2 of them. Well, okay, I killed
The
1.
lieutenant raises his right arm to hush you. Hush.
Okay.
He does not need to be pushed anymore. The ball is rolling.
Just nod.
I had them in my sights.
Hmm.
Both of them. Him and the whore. I was breathing
We
with
got him.
in phase.
We've solved
I
the
pulled
case.
trigger, and flew on the air until I landed in his mouth. I didn't think I had a shot like that.
Your
in
last
me
shot.
anymore. I did. I saw him kneel there with his mouth full of death, and that stupid look on his face, and his dick still in her.
Then what?
Nothing. I went.
Then
to
what
sleep.
happened?
Next morning there were Maybells.
Maybells.
everywhere. The world was white, or what's left of it anyway.
Did he do it because he thought they might come looking for him? Or they were too stupid to realise that he'd been shot from...
And so they did.
Mr. Dross, are you aware you're confessing to murder?
Well, he thinks he's... Yes, there we go.
And you were looking at Dan, the victim
Got
of a
them.
woman, having sex, through the scope of your rifle that night?
Well,
Before you shot
obviously, he didn't take the shot without looking.
The old man nods.
Why?
Because that's what they were
Yeah,
doing.
he looked through the scope and that's what they were doing, because he wanted to shoot him.
The motive. This is where the motive is going to come from.
Because he wanted to do it?
You can coax it out of him. The lieutenant's
I mean, I
preparing the
expect...
ground.
I don't understand. Do you, detective?
Why
I don't
were you
understand
looking
this
at them?
part.
I'm always looking.
Yeah, obviously. He just wants to see what's going on.
Are you
Find a
always
chance.
looking through the scope of a rifle? I'm just trying to understand.
A rifle scope has the best.
His eyes certainly don't.
And if you don't like it?
You pull the trigger.
Think of it
A
as
form of critique.
Critique.
Got him going.
No, it's
Connect
not,
every little piece now.
not great.
Wrap this up like a gift.
What specifically did you not like?
Them. Fucking.
So you were...
I didn't like that.
So you were jealous?
Jealousy is a reactionary concept.
Like him enjoying himself.
I didn't like the Reaver enjoying
Fair.
himself. Drugged out, soothed in the arms of a young woman. I wanted him to die so he could not enjoy life anymore. And I wanted to see his head explode.
Pity it didn't then, eh?
Too. She should know better than to hold a child murderer
And she knew what he'd
between
done.
her thighs.
She knew what
I
he'd
knew
done.
he'd be there for one more second, writhing. That's all it takes
She
for
knew
the
what he'd done.
bullet to reach his head. Now that I think of it, I wasn't aiming
Well, I
for
mean, if
his
you shot him
mouth.
from the front,
I wanted his brain.
brains would have
to
gone that
spill
way,
out
surely.
on her. But you can't have
military grade
everything.
ammunition, I don't think his brains would have come out the front of his head.
He wants to see her covered in blood. To punish her.
How long were you watching?
Since she came to Martinez.
So I knew about her
I
too.
saw her sneaking in the reeds early in the morning.
She saw that and now she was
behind
a
the
bit, so he was
fell
interested
building.
in what she was on about.
It was dark, still winter.
What she was doing.
She didn't have a skimpy
Who she was
outfit
working
on
for.
then, just a spot in the night, moving.
Past the fell building on the coast? What was she
I
doing
know what she was
there?
doing, dropping off the documents, the ID
Hiding
stuff.
something in the water. She had a fag after she'd done it. I was up in the
A
ruins there.
cigarette.
She couldn't see me, but I could see her smoking. She was nervous,
Not
but
scared.
not scared.
Yeah, she was.
Her passport and tickets to Villiers,
He took them!
and from there to Cachet.
He took the stuff!
In the free state of Seminine, hidden away at the edge of the earth, near the Pale.
He went and got it.
After she was gone.
Did you keep what was in it? When we found the submersible, it was empty.
Yeah.
No. Why would I?
Okay,
do
so he
that?
didn't take them.
I didn't need tickets to Villiers. I put them back.
So why?
If I wanted
So
to
who did take
extort
them then?
someone, I'd do better.
Is there someone
This
that's gone on the
implies
run
that
recently?
he's thought about extorting her.
Are you sure there was nothing in it?
Why would I need that trash? I'm not.
Why
going
would
to
I need
Villiers.
that trash? Eh?
I did.
Don't know, I'm just asking.
She had a face like an archipelago, with those birthmarks, and a body hard and lean and bruised all over, black and yellow. I could see she's taken a beating.
Yeah. She
I could
certainly
see
did
who she
seem to.
was, too. A spook, on the run.
Didn't know what
Forever
story to
shows
tell
the
either.
cloaca of capital now. All the bagmen and arms dealers end up here to do drugs and have sex like animals.
Seems that way.
You could tell she was a spook from the documents?
She had
I knew
different
she told
colour
us she
hair
was,
on the
but-
photo, and glasses. Forged. Some sordid bourgeois
Yeah, well-
affair. I've heard about this kind of thing.
'Cause
on
she
the
said-
radio.
So she introduced herself as Clashia, but she had a different name on the documents, and that wasn't actually her name. So she was definitely
He's setting it up.
some kind of agent of some kind.
The bruises. You can't make that out in a scope.
You can see her bruises through the scope.
You can't see bruises through a scope. It's just a blur.
So how do you know those minute
It
details?
quickly comes to you.
Any chance you saw the bruises through a hole in a wall?
Oh, yes. Cutting those drugs of hers.
So he
into
had
little
been watching
lines
her.
With a knife.
That was the thing we were trying to get to earlier.
Did you make that hole?
With a clip point knife.
So he was there.
Good for listening in, too. For hearing the moaning and the snorts.
Ever see her through a window on a roof?
Like that, too. Yes. Bending like a bow against the glass.
So you've been through the secret route behind the whirling in rags.
I've been through all of Martinez.
That's-
every nook.
We kind of
and
thought it was
cranny.
him, but now we know.
Yes, that too. The things they did in that little room. What she'd do to feel good.
Uh-huh.
Funny the way light works. You turn it on inside.
Can
and
be.
it gets so dark out, you can't see a man looking in. I learned that in the 20s, when they were still.
It's a long
hunting.
conversation.
I've seen people do some shit, but
Those two took the cake. You
Seems
hear
that
the
way.
familiar scribble of the lieutenant's pen.
So he was also
A quick
peeping
glance at you.
Tom.
One more loose end down. We're doing this, detective.
How did you get in there? The hidden pinball workshop.
I can just walk in there now after
All
a
right.
wash. I told you. They
Walk
think I'm
straight through the kitchen.
antisocial.
No problem at all.
Closing hour is a good time. The kitchen's empty.
If he went in that window, maybe.
You had to open the steel door in the kitchen? How?
I got that.
We know where the
open a
key
long
was. It was
time
hanging in that
ago.
window.
Some bourgeois game merchant lived there. I don't know. 15 years
All
ago.
right. He had more than one
He
spare
left
key.
spare keys all over, and I took one. Then I saw her turn the light on one night in my scope.
Andy found use for it. A spare key, like the one hanging behind the
Yes.
union box window.
You wanted to punish her.
She practically breastfed that man. You wouldn't believe the
So it
things
sounds
she
like
did
maybe
to her.
she didn't want to admit that he did do some things that she didn't entirely want him to do, maybe.
You stare at them too. In your mind, her innocence day still turns to leaf.
I'm
Airport
not interested in
bag
that.
in hand. It's no
Forget
good
about
now.
that.
Her voice rings in the evening air. It smells of burning buildings.
I don't think like that.
No one gives a shit what
I said
you
that out
think.
loud.
You and your cronies kill 10 working class men a day.
I don't. Not me
I've heard
personally.
the statistics on Channel 8.
I had feelings for her.
There's
What is it?
nothing to hold on to. Only this. It's not enough.
The coals
No.
of his eyes glisten suddenly, like stones dripping with water. Is he crying?
Man
What
needs
for?
to feel
Why
something
would he
else.
be?
In this fight, it helps if you have your eye on something there. It's weakness, I know. Yes.
There have been others?
Over the years. It's
Have
not
there?
unproletarian to feel something.
One more thing about the woman.
Woman.
It wasn't about him, it was about her.
The lieutenant nods at you. in
So now we've got a motive.
acknowledgement.
Got another skill point that it's kind of pointless because we're at
That's
the
it.
end.
Motive. We have it.
Where is she? I haven't seen her there for days.
She got away, but she led us here first.
Gone. I knew it. She kept staring into
She
the
knew it
scope
was there.
this last week at the island, like she knew.
Yeah.
She'd look at night, crying or smoking
So
on
he
the
was
roof,
looking.
staring right into me.
So how did she know he was there? I wonder.
Midtown, across the Bay of Rivershell, the oceanic wind washes 40-story towers. Above them, Lusan Central Aerodrome, a cocoon suspended in the sky by a web of suspension wiring, encircled by hybrid aircraft. On the
What are we looking
platform,
at?
a young woman is withdrawing from
That's
amphetamines,
her then,
barbiturates, and
where she's gone.
alcohol. Yet still, she smiles at
North
the crowd,
to
among
go
the
south.
ghost of the city she's leaving.
She probably came back for her tickets.
Far south, smaller, distant, hidden, not like the great chandelier.
That's
she
probably
sees
what happened.
sparkle in the night below her.
She would have.
Street lights, towers, tenements, and water, and across it, a dark strip of ruins, barely visible if she didn't squint her eyes.
Okay.
There, on a dilapidated jetty in a nameless village, 2 police officers and 1 special consultant look across a
who are they?
strip of sea, the ruins of a seafort.
Wait, is
out
that...
of the water, built by Felice
These are the
II,
police that are following us.
reappropriated by the commune.
That was
Then
them. They've arrived now at the
landing.
village.
He's there, doing what exactly, I don't know. Satellite Officer Vic Mayer points
These guys
at
are
the
worrying.
ruins. Behind that anti-aircraft something. That's why we can't see him. Special consultant
This is them
Heidelstein
chasing
is
us.
optimistic. We'll see the boat when he comes. Let's go.
So
get
they're going to
coffee
wait for us to
together.
come back.
I know this interesting little place. Where? His voice, as the men go,
Yeah.
Patrol Officer Minnow looks back over her shoulder at the crumbling fortification,
So
like a rotten tooth rising out
this
of
is
the
these
water.
police waiting for me now to arrive.
Good luck, Harry, she thinks. You need something good for this.
We
Yeah.
could get more. We've got him talking.
Who
Could we
knows
get more?
what he's seen and done over the years? You could get more out of him. He likes talking.
Let's just arrest him.
What? But you said I would be taken to the...
Taken to the what?
The wind picks up. The
You're
silence
under
of the
arrest.
water is broken all around you. Little shivers of waves appear.
You're coming with
The
us.
lieutenant continues, like an incantation.
Your Wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided to the officers on the scene will be used against you by the prosecution. You will be
We're
given
actually got to
legal
take him in
counsel
though,
within
right?
1 week and must face court in 44
44
days.
days.
Do you understand?
They've got everything set up for perfect timing.
Do you understand?
But...
You
No,
understand, sir?
I don't want to. I have to stay here.
No, you don't. The war's over, mate.
Beads are forming on his forehead.
Your confirmation is not required, sir. Now on to the boat. Not really. We
Yeah.
could escort him to the pier, then either one of us can take him inland while the other stays here.
But then, who watches
Yeah.
him while you're coming back here?
You
So
come
he
back
watches
for
him.
me. How about I go and send a boat back for you?
What is this farce?
This is a farce.
This is a fucking farce. I can't.
Lillian. You could ask her, maybe.
Maybe ask the net picker to watch him.
This is no harmless old man.
Yeah, that's
This
true.
fucking world. This
That's not going to
world.
work.
What is this?
All the confusion range a fit of jamais vu.
No, listen. Listen now.
Wait,
There it is again. To your north.
Reed's
as it has been
whispering.
since you came to the coast. The reeds whisper.
What are we going to
stalks
find here?
rubbing against each other. But then, in the middle of it, something completely different.
A bow
It sounds like a bow.
against a violin.
Very slowly being drawn against the strings of a violin.
There's going to be that
a
cryptid
very
thing.
small violin, made of reeds and rushes.
Maybe there is room for 3 on the boat.
Did you hear that?
What are you talking about? Is this really us?
Your skin crawls.
What's happening here? There's something about the phasmid. Is it the phasmid? Bloody is, look. It's the bloody phasmid. We've only gone and found the phasmid.
A delicate tangle of arms and legs unfolds from the reeds, limb by limb, to then just stand there.
What
What's
are
that?
you talking about?
A giant stick insect.
Nothing there.
The stick insect is over 3 meters
The
tall.
Insulindian
It
phasmid.
looks straight at you with its tiny pinprick eyes and its grotesquely small head. You feel your legs shaking under you and your gun hand move to your holster to grab the gun.
Can you not see it? There is, I see
Tell
it.
me what you see, damn it. I
Kim,
can't
can
look
you see
I
it?
can see it.
He can see it
4
too.
simple words. Thank God.
We're not
If you
totally
can
lost.
see it, then you're not insane. But that means it's real.
It's real.
Spinning slowly in
The
absolute
cryptid they were looking
silence.
for, it's there.
Its limbs long and slender.
Be very, very careful.
Oh. What am I supposed to do now then? See the phasmid. It is there. Maybe it obviously
The creature stands on
wants my
long,
attention.
stick-like legs, antennae hanging from its head like a woman's
It's massive.
hair,
It would never get
white
caught in those
and curled
traps.
at the tips. It is no more than 5 steps away from you. Reed-like tufts stick out of its joints. As the
Probably
insect
like stuck
moves
one joint
its
in and pulled the
forearms, it
stuff out.
produces a faint hiss, like a reel-to-reel machine spinning after the tape breaks.
What
The
do we do
hiss
about
is
it?
different from the strings you heard before. It says something else in a lower pitch.
This is the Insulindian phasmid.
It is.
Yeah. Oh, he's going to try and take a picture.
You glance over your shoulder. The
It's the
lieutenant
camera.
holds a piece of milled aluminium.
Will we get a
He
picture or will
begins
we
to
scare the
put
hell out of it?
Extremely carefully.
That guy's going to be gone, by the way, when we
The
turn
camera.
around.
No, the flash will scare the creature off. Warn him now.
We need a photo.
Flash is loud.
No one will believe us.
From the corner
Can you not
of
take a
your
picture
eye,
without a
you
flash?
see a sudden cascade of motion ripple through the phasmid's limbs. A series of ultrasonic clicks fills your ear.
Let me
I won't
approach
be
it
one of those
first.
Fools who didn't take a picture.
Mate, don't take the picture.
He's letting his pride get in the way. You see
take the picture once I-
turn to him. Its mandible antennae reaching out.
I have
Its
the pheromone, I
motions
can
are quick,
approach it.
Sudden.
I don't think the pheromone will do anything.
Well, why
The
don't we find
spindle
out?
mechanism turns itself back to you. Its antennae taking their measure of the air. Slowly.
Let's approach it carefully. See what happens.
Slowly. With your breath,
Oh,
you take 2 small
It's
steps
clicking.
toward the phasmid.
I can't see if the guy's
creature
still
lets
there
out a
because of this,
series
so
of
I'm assuming he's
ultrasonic
gone.
clicks that swarm around your head like swallows. Like laughter. A sort of happiness. Sweat.
It's
drips
happy to
from
see
your
me.
brow. Soak in your chest. You reek of
This is
it.
this pheromone, this
Your
phasmid
temperature.
pheromone. Or something.
The tracheal system on the creature's abdomen
Yeah,
expands
it's sniffing
in
me.
front of you to take in.
Oh, we didn't take the
and
double
expel
dose. Maybe
air.
we should have.
It's smelling you. Hissing and clicking, it extends its mandible-like antennae to greet you. You're right below it now, looking up at the colossal chitin of its white limbs. The
Oh,
head,
I'm Harry.
no reply. A total ancient silence
Hmm.
comes from
Well,
its
what do I
mouth,
expect it to do?
along
Have a chat with me?
What appears to be some kind of foam. You were right. Little bubbles form on the mouth parts of the creature.
It's foaming?
It's segmented lower.
A rabid. It's a
It
rabid
looks to be
phasmid.
foaming slowly. The foam is white, then
worrying.
yellowish. The faintest smell, like you've never felt before, like burnt roses.
It's
Careful.
foaming.
It may be poisonous.
That could be.
The foam slowly turns a darker shade, like
It's
burnt
chewing.
caramel,
What's it eating?
as the insect moves its mouth.
What do they
parts,
eat?
Masticating. The little bubbles begin to burst,
What does this thing eat?
One
They did
by
say,
one.
but I,
letting out that same smell, like summer burning.
tell me, what are you doing?
I exist.
I exist
Tell me
too.
what it's like for you.
Fire,
Fire?
burning,
Where?
horizon, pale
What
fire.
is your problem?
Nothing
Nothing
ends for the
ever ends for
phasmid.
me. There is only room for 2, maybe 3 pictures in my mind. For me, it is a series of half-lit images. A kind of darkness
Being intruded
being
upon.
intruded upon. Transient,
He's finally lost it.
dim, moist. Shapes of
Intruded upon by
plants
what?
and animals. And internal sensations. A swarm of sounds.
This old boy here is going to be
Tiny
gone, by the way.
vibrations on the inside of my forearms. all speak of complexities totally beyond my understanding. I
Is
am
that right?
at the end of a narrow funnel, weightless, so light, it only feels like something to be me.
Yeah.
In truth, perhaps I'm nothing. I certainly do not have a soul, and if I did, it would never burn.
You're the type of animal I'd like to
You're
be.
sure?
Yes, I'm sure. Why'd you ask?
Sometimes, when molting, I will grow a lost limb. One time,
They got a leg instead of an antenna.
and a small leg replaced the missing antenna.
That's cool.
No, the leg tried to move around independently, making it hard to walk.
You don't have a foot there now.
Yes. Thankfully,
Someone ate it.
The next time
Oh, 'cause it looks like reeds.
antenna again.
Well, that was lucky, wasn't it? I'm a detective.
So am I. I was born to detect sucrose rewards and semiochemicals. What were you born to detect? He's
The
in
killer.
a bad state, deteriorating fast now.
Hmm.
He thinks I am beneficial to him, but I am not. I only
He's not eating the phasmid, is he?
deterioration.
They're destroying him?
Slowly, and only because he won't go away. It is meant to keep them from noticing me, to interfere with the picture
Yeah, he
in their
doesn't.
heads. But he has looked at me for too long, and I am destroying him.
Is this a dream?
No, you are awake. I am real.
It's a very intelligent
Life is
insect.
following me.
Giant insect.
This is real.
Where's this come from?
Not even the birds know that. Not
That's
even the
true.
water lily.
We need to know. Perhaps it's sent to us by
I
a god.
think we should eat it. If it's a leaf, you can put it in your mouth. Or read. Yum yum.
Oh, it's a nice phasmid then, is it? What
I
are
am
you?
an unknown species of the order Phantasmadia,
Would you know that?
endemic to the Insulandian Insula. For the last 350 years, I have
Oh, yeah,
hidden
there we
in
go.
plain sight, masquerading as the reeds,
Well, where did it originally come from, though? How did it
cloning myself,
arrive?
unfolding at night to play with trash bins and boys. No, no one believed I exist.
No.
Almost no one. Until you came, detective, dripping of blood that smells like strawberries
Yeah,
across the
that's not
calm
what it's saying at all.
The first in 1,000 years. I have stayed hidden through 4 forms of government and 2 scientific revolutions.
Why did it not
until
say
I
what it
was
said?
accidentally discovered by a detective of the citizen militia in
That's
Rebelshire,
right.
district of Martinez, March 51. No,
That's insane.
you are.
You are.
The moral of our encounter is, I am a relatively
Maybe that's
medium
true.
life form, while it is you who are total extreme madness. A volatile simian nerve system, ominously new to the planet. The Pale too.
That's what
You
it's
know
talking about,
them.
right? The Pale.
No one remembers it.
That's something we
before
heard
you.
about.
The Nidarians do not. The radially symmetrics do not. There is an almost unanimous
What is
agreement
the Pale?
between the birds and the plants that you are going to destroy us all. It is a nervous shadow.
It's what,
cast into
what's
the
her name?
world by
Ruby
you,
said to us about.
eating away at reality. A great, unnatural territory. Its
Some
actually
sort of-
coincides
I
with
don't
the
know.
arrival of the human mind.
I don't have that kind of power,
A
though.
violent and irrepressible miracle.
Huh.
The vacuum of cosmos and the stars burning
Is, she,
inwards are afraid
is,
of you.
is the creature just talking about humanity in general?
Us all out and replace
It
us
wouldn't be
with
incorrect.
just by accident.
How?
I suspect it will be something like the oxygen holocaust that wiped out anaerobic life 2.6 billion years ago.
Do you think so?
When organisms first started breathing. Only much worse.
Instead of that,
See.
you exhale thoughts. There are no trees that eat thoughts.
Worse how?
Everything your eyes touch goes back there, behind the nose mirror. What if you blink? Are we still here?
I don't know, maybe.
Don't blink. What if he misplaces us all one day? Or just forget?
Already forgotten the world
So
once.
it is already happening. Soon, one of you will close your
No,
eyes.
it just wouldn't
and
exist to
open them
me.
To see that none of this ever existed.
I have to say goodbye now.
No,
I have no more
there is
thoughts.
one more.
All the creatures I've met You're the kindest.
Thank you. I also have one more thing to say to you. That woman. Turn from the ruin. Turn.
He's talking
and go
about
forward.
what Dolores
Do it for the
Day,
working
isn't
class.
she? I'll try.
She was middle class. It doesn't take a 3-meter stick insect to tell you that.
Okay. Okay, take the picture.
There is no change in the insect's motion while it's being
Paying
aimed
attention to
by
me.
the camera. It remains fixated on you.
In 3. If it moves, you jump back. I'll shoot.
Not with a gun.
Here we
Oh,
go.
okay.
3, 2, 1.
The shrill flash of the camera
Ah.
cuts the air like the blade of
Bright
a
light.
sword. The phasmid freezes in its bright light. Head turned toward the lieutenant.
What a picture.
Hypnotized by the flash, it stands frozen before you.
I got it.
Slowly pet its
The
side
limb
like
before
forearm.
you is incredibly light, like eggshell. It's much lighter than a reed. You feel a soft push could tip the creature
Yeah,
over.
let's not do that.
Its hollow exoskeleton collapsing. A small shudder passes the creature's arm. High above you, its black pearl eyes
Still just looking about.
glisten, mesmerized by the light passing its nervous system. There is some kind of countdown happening as it slowly processes the overwhelming
regaining
brightness
control.
of the signal. The invertebrate is regaining control.
Touch its
The
whisker.
antennae hang from a great height. With your hand shaking, you barely touch the tip
Touch
of the
feels
left
cold.
whisker. On contact, the kiting curls into a spiral, like the tip of a poison.
What's it gonna,
blade.
it's suddenly going to get
Its
really
touch
annoyed
on
and
your
attack
fingertips
us.
feels cold, ticklish. It
Maybe
is
not.
surprisingly delicate. The curly end of the whisker, like a young vine.
It's even wet.
It's even a bit wet.
Be careful, detective. It's moving.
Okay.
Feels like nothing. The anthropod in front of you stays frozen.
Let's do that.
It tastes like sugar, very faint. The anthropod towers above you. Tufts of reeds
What's it gonna
pointing
do?
from limb and head alike, odorless, mostly comprised of water.
Right, let's
Another
back up.
shudder pulses through the creature's limbs. It jolts
what?
back to life, like a record
Okay.
continuing where it left off, in a swaying.
Let's just move away
praying
slowly.
motion. Even the small black pearl, as you're turning away, the phasmid mirrors your movements, stepping on the water.
Okay.
The long limbs carrying its feather weight without.
Right, it just
breaking
walks off in the other
its
direction.
surface.
So no, he's still there, look. And it's gone. But we got our photograph. And that's all that matters.
And just like that, it's gone.
It's gone.
Skating away
It
across the
left.
sea's calm mirror, like a skipping stone. And
This
something
conversation
under
has
it,
taken so
in the place
long.
it stood, bobbing there, among the reeds, a collection of items.
It's gone.
Yeah, it is. It's away.
Apparently,
Walk on water.
it's like a water strider. Only
Never
I've
seen
never
anything
seen
like it.
anything like that in my life. Looks
What's
like
in
a
the
nest
reeds?
of some sort. We should have a look.
Not now.
In some kind of strange,
I didn't see that.
semi-catatonic state.
Our suspect is not looking so good. We need to check on him.
Well, you check on him. Let me just see what this is first. Oh, the armor helmet and a rifle scope and Clash's passport. Oh, interesting. Tell you what we are going to do then. We're going to pop that helmet on just because why not? There we go. Stick that hat on because it looks kind of funny.
What is it? What do you want from me? I can't go.
Could you not see the phasmid?
Mr. Dollars?
The man does not respond. He keeps staring, black eyes glazed
What's
over
happened to him?
and bulging from their sockets. His gap-toothed mouth shaking. A
He's
light
got a finger
shiver
under his nose.
passes him,
He's dying.
followed by nothing.
He's not going to
His
survive
hands
much
are
longer.
trembling, and he breathes slowly.
He's going into some kind of psychomotor immobility. The good news is this solves our transportation
does.
problem, doesn't it, Mr. Dollars?
The trembling mouth appears to sigh.
Between this and the
Done.
broken tire he's used for a boat, I think it's safe to leave him here while we go and get help. It will need to be medical first. I'm
Okay.
afraid. We
Hang
should
tight.
think about getting back to the mainland. To get
And then
Harry.
what'll happen is,
He'll be safe here, if we don't take too long.
what'll happen to us when we get there, though? That's the question. Right, let's go. I think this is pretty much where we end. One way or another. How did I get here again? Is it this way? Yeah, okay. Get back to the boat. Because we know when we return that those police are waiting for us. Presumably not for anything good. Which is annoying. Which is annoying. What are they going to do to us as we exit the world? I've got this hat on. The only thing I'm missing is the rest of the last piece of the armor. The last piece of the armor. Oh, I've got that music in my head. What's this all about?
ICM? This feels familiar somehow.
Yeah, whatever. At this stage I just want to get it done, you know? At this stage we just want to go. Jump in the boat.
The skiff is swaying on the waves.
Let's go.
Yes, we are done here.
We are.
The skiff rocks gently under your
Right,
weight
it's
as you
uneventful.
get in. But
Cool.
for the sound of conversation on the water, there is someone
Someone's
inland waiting for you. Two men and a woman
The police.
stand on the concrete square of a nameless
They've watched us
village,
arrive in.
looking at a small yellow boat as it draws closer. The sea is calm. You reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff.
Uh-huh. And then what happens? Oh, she's gone. There they are.
The tide brought in.
I get the feeling that we're not going to survive this encounter.
Harry, you're bleeding all over the place. You're half dead.
Yep.
Whatever this is, it is completely unimportant compared to what you've just
Exactly
seen.
right.
This is the man with sunglasses from the Whirling in Rags. But where are his sunglasses?
No one else seems
Bothered
bothered.
by it? Harry, you look like you need a fucking organ transplant.
Possibly, yeah.
Fuck it. Let's not get into that.
You're the man with the
That's right.
sunglasses.
And you're bleeding.
Who are you people?
Hello, I'm Trent Heidelstein. I believe we've met on several occasions.
No idea. Maybe.
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean-Vic Comar. And this is your
He is his
special
partner. I
task
thought he
force.
might be.
Or what's left of it.
My special task force.
Special Consultant Trent Heidelstein.
What
That's
exactly
all,
happened
so
to
you
me
need
then?
know.
Hi.
Why did I suddenly crack like this?
We've come to scrape what's left of you off the pavement.
Right.
Lieutenant Kim Kisoragi, Prison 57. We've
Yeah.
just come from the island, where our investigation led us.
Yep, the
sea
killer's on the
is making
island.
Even him feel as though he has to justify your actions.
We might need your help with something later.
As
Yeah.
if he recalled that he's in fact a decorated police
Not a naughty
lieutenant
boy.
and not a naughty boy.
But this is clearly a departmental matter, so I'm going to leave you to discuss it among yourselves.
Thanks,
It's
Lieutenant.
good to meet you, Lieutenant Kitsuhagi.
Hmm. Is it? What's this
Harry,
about?
we want to help you. Trent, I believe this is where you come in?
Is it?
I don't quite know.
Yeah,
what
why
I'm
are you
doing
here?
I was asked to participate as an expert.
Are they gonna
think I
tell me
need
to pin it
manage
on
your
someone else?
expectations A little. I'm at best an enthusiast in cognitive science. My background is in
Right.
something else entirely.
They've gone
I
back
engage in
because
neurology on a
he
more
snapped.
theoretical level. In fact, I should probably get going.
No, Trent. It's too late.
You're
You're
part of it.
part of this shit now. What have you got to say for yourself, shit kid?
Did you call me that?
What does he have to say for himself?
Yeah.
He left you to catch the
He
bullets.
buggered off.
Shit, kid. What an interesting moniker.
He told me. Where have you been all this
Goddamn,
time?
Harry. You told us to fuck off.
Did
You
I?
said we are cramping your style.
All right.
You're detective god. Fuck everything. All will burn. Detect or die.
So you let me face a squad of trained killers on my own, wasn't it?
Fuck
It
you,
wasn't
Harry.
like that.
We didn't know there was gonna be a tribunal, did we?
Didn't you detect or
Oh,
die
you
then?
think it was cool? You saying that?
Detect or die.
Aesthetic somehow?
Detect or die.
You were crying when we got here. Breaking things.
Hmm?
You said we were going into the abyss.
Yeah,
None of us
probably.
wanted to see the abyss, so we fucked
Probably.
off. Like you told us to.
No one's who they say they are.
Hey, here's a brilliant idea.
Hmm.
Don't be a morbid drunk, and you won't be duped so easily.
Yes,
Partner,
I'm
scab
still
leader.
Kinky Suragi.
Yeah,
Still
are
a
you?
lieutenant
Who do
from
you say
Prison
you are?
57.
Still caught up in this crossfire, too.
What's a shit kid?
Shit
Well, that doesn't
kid.
help me much, does it?
Maybe you've deserved it.
How did you know I was
The
here?
cafeteria manager you fucked over told us where you went.
Saved his establishment and he still
Strange.
betrayed me.
Didn't mention that. In fact, the establishment didn't look saved at all. There was a giant aerograffito
Yeah,
in front of
but-
the building, mixed with blood.
It was this
I
junior
don't know.
delinquent.
It had shit kid written all
Oh,
over
did it? Are you gonna blame me for stuff that you can't prove I did?
Guilty as charged.
He was wearing a
And
wig.
You lost your mind and your memory. I wanted to see if it was true, and it was. Good work, Harry.
Oh god.
You're insane now. There's one less person for me and everyone else to
Seems
rely
like they
on.
want it to happen.
He was too sarcastic for you to realize who he was.
I don't like being
I
lied to.
didn't lie to you. No one lies to you. You were
That's
so
probably the
fucked
case,
up
to be
on booze
fair.
you couldn't recognize
It was
your
pretty
own
messed
partner.
up when we started. You never told me you're not the horse-faced woman.
No.
What?
My name is not Horse-Faced Woman. It's Judith Minot. I was assigned to your unit 2 months ago. I thought we were
Sorry,
friends.
officer.
Okay, you're my commanding officer.
Right.
I really want
So
to
what?
respect
What are
you.
you doing here?
I want us to have a normal relationship.
That will never happen, Jude.
He's the rudest man on
Rudest
earth.
man on earth. He's the reason why
I'm the
rest
one
of
trying to
us
have a
to
conversation
take
here, mate, and you've
sensitivity
just talked over me.
And I hate sensitivity training.
Yes, I'm Trant Heilerstein. I never said I wasn't Trant Heilerstein.
No. So what are you special
What do you
consulting
mean?
for?
I was asked to share my take on some of the more obscure theories
Right.
developed in Königstein.
What's that got to do with this?
Like partial psychotraumatic amnesia.
Alright, about
or
his
personality
mental
theory.
state.
He's here to see if you're insane. He's smart. Let's move on.
Mentioned a task
Yeah.
force.
Major Crimes Unit under Lieutenant Dubois and Vicomar. Ring any bells?
Yeah, tell me who else is there.
Refresh your memory? It's a goddamn Major Crimes Unit. There's you, me.
There's all
Jude,
these people.
Trant fucking Heidelstam, and Guillaume Baby.
I'm
Okay.
technically just a
But he is part of my
civilian.
task force.
Fuck you. You're part of this shit show.
So who's
Oh,
Guillaume
that's an
Bevy?
interesting story, actually.
Guillaume.
Guillaume Bevy is a police reporter who joined our team.
So he got
Really
he
good.
got out
He
first.
left because he lost faith in your ability to lead the unit.
Sounds like
Other
Guillaume
people
was a
have left too.
smart guy.
Good, smart people. People we won't get back.
They're gonna
Only
get rid of
and
me.
This really patient petrol officer are still here.
They're gonna have
And Trent, because I'm forcing him to stay.
they're gonna have their own little can't remember the word now. I think I'm losing it too. What does the
Dude,
unit do?
It's a major crimes unit.
Do we commit major
We keep
crimes
the
or
best
do
of
we
cases,
solve
so
them? Though,
Precinct
that's what I'm
41
asking.
doesn't look like the worst station in town. We're shit tier now, Harry.
I just solved
Because
the
of you.
murder. If you're interested.
The 41st isn't.
None of this is ringing any
Bells are ringing
bells.
because you have brain damage. Trant, this is where you come in.
How does he know?
bad is it?
Well, he doesn't have visible tremors. He talks
Yeah.
without slurring. He can drive a boat. He's standing, reasoning. All good signs, but
Yeah.
complete retrograde amnesia.
Okay, I've not remembered
And
everything.
Semantic.
Meaning, you forgot both who you are and the definition.
So somebody's been passing this on to somebody.
And so on.
As displayed in the station call, our interactions with him, and I don't want to be a snitch,
Mine with him before
but
when-
also
no.
mine with him before when Harry.
It's the guy we met in the other guy's house.
It's all very interesting.
Interesting.
I
Yes,
completely forgot that.
interesting. I have my theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts first. Harry, what do you think happened to you? Neurologically, psychologically, and why not?
An experimental detective. I used this method to
Son
solve
of
the
fucking
case.
Lung here. Detective Farad, son of Lung on the case.
They transcended all of this. Accomplished things no normal detective ever has. I've
He
detected
has indeed the possibility before. I have trouble believing him, of
Yeah.
course, but he seems to want to convince himself of it.
Yeah. I'm
And I've seen him
unorthodox.
work.
It
His
works.
methods are unorthodox.
With all due respect, Lieutenant, you're bewitched by the shit.
He's bewitched.
It happens. What doesn't happen is a cop wiping his own memory to solve a case.
Did I actually do that?
In fact, it's not possible to wipe
Oh, there you
one's
go, then.
memory at all. Even with the amount of button Pilsner he downs every hour.
Well, he knows the Phasmit's
Simply
real.
lying, or
He
insane,
doesn't, but...
or both.
Detective Vigmer, I'm not saying he's the son of Lung, but lying? I mean,
He has blacked out before.
Yes, a couple of times. After some of the more serious
You usually
benders.
tend to forget those things.
One was after the two drunks case, the other when we looked into that mural.
Okay.
Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it, prepared. That's where he
Well,
would
there
have
we
gotten
go.
the idea. Yes.
Might be convincing him.
Practice. And then he used alcohol to
Might be
get
convincing
there,
him that
so
we've
to
lost it, to be fair.
What do you mean?
Oh,
Well,
or maybe...
Here's my theory. What if this is an absolutely normal reaction
I've
to the
talked my
world
way
we
out of
live
it, maybe.
in? What if this is
Whatever they
not
were planning
a
on doing to me.
significant anomaly at all? Something to be explained, approached as a defect. Look at the sensory input here. Look at the ruins, the neon. Listen to the radio, the multitudes, the people. Live here for 40 years.
Not
As
sure
a
where he's
police
going with
detective,
this.
He's like a magnetic reader on the world team, to borrow
Not
a
sure
known
where he's
metaphor.
going with this.
Harry's been pushed flat against it. Total input. Hardwired to the free market. He just needed for it to end.
Okay, Trump.
Maybe.
Thank you. That's absolutely
This meaningless.
I'm glad we brought you. Will he or will he not be able to work in the major crime
I will,
unit?
but you won't.
Is
Go
he a
away.
cretin now? I want to know that.
He's not a cretin, and he is able to do
Yeah, I've
well.
done it. I've solved
If
this
not in his
case.
previous leadership role, then as a line detective.
Leadership. Now.
I'm ready to
No
leave again.
one even mentioned that. I misphrased my question. It should have been, is he able to put
Yeah, I
his
can do
clothes
all
on
that. Look, I've been
and
doing
the
that.
Party? Or do we need to get him on the disability pension? Now,
Well, no.
nothing. Now we're just going to stand here.
Really?
No. Now we discuss that. What the fuck did you do to our motor carriage? Why is it there, Harry?
I thought the killer would be underwater. He wasn't.
Ha ha ha. Ho ho ho. Tequila sunset, not sunrise because you're all
Yeah, that's it. You got
so
it right.
Funny, Harry. Thank you for fucking me. Thank you for destroying
whatever,
45,000
mate.
head of police property that's coming out.
Well, it's not
my
coming out of
way
just
here.
yours, is it? It'll be
No,
coming out of
right.
everybody's.
You're gonna get fired. And I'm gonna pay till I die. It doesn't matter. Your badge, Harry.
Got my badge.
Show me your badge.
Got my badge
In
right
a
here.
rush to demonstrate your badge, your eager fingers can't sustain a grip on the smooth plastic, and the badge slips out of your hand. Patrol
Let it fall
officer
down.
Miller picks it up and gives it back to you, slippery and cold.
He found
There you go.
it. It's his badge.
It's
I
my
can
badge.
confirm.
And your gun?
This is what
As
he
if
wants.
having your badge and gun are natural states,
Just a gun,
not
gun, gun.
achievements.
My gun's here.
Phew, he has it. And it didn't drop.
Yeah.
You're
You're lucky I didn't put a
bum,
bullet in
Harry.
your face,
Put
mate.
that thing away before you kill someone.
I quit drinking.
I don't buy it. Why do you smell like a corpse?
Because
now,
I've
huh?
not. Because he's not, like,
He's
cleaned
wounded.
himself.
It's been a long week, and he's handled an actual
Yeah.
corpse.
Maybe because of the pheromone.
Detective, please.
No,
Don't
it's something that
stop
was
talking
sprayed
about
on
your
me.
pheromone again. This is serious. If you don't,
A bit of a week. I'm sorry, I smell
bit
bad.
of a week? You're drunk. and
Yeah,
you let
okay,
the
but you
suspect
don't.
escape.
You've not been
Certainly
helping us
told
at
you.
all.
Because you were too drunk to assess a flight rate.
we've read
It
the
wasn't her that did it.
reports, Lieutenant Kitsohagis. We know.
Not taking him was the right thing to do. She gave a vital clue that led us to the
Oh,
island.
well, if she was nice, I'm not even gonna get into
Ruby
the
wasn't.
other suspect.
Didn't kill
who
anyone.
also escaped.
Yeah, but just because they're
Ruby's
suspects,
something.
right, doesn't mean that they all have to be arrested. As it turns out, neither of them did it.
Or the fact that you're Everard Claire's little peony now.
Am
Doing
I?
I don't know what for him. That's
A couple of things for him, but nothing major.
That's a humorous anecdote. compared to the 6 people who were gunned down. The streets are literally
Well,
red
okay.
with blood, Harry.
I defended
It
myself
was
against
fucking
2
mass
people.
murder.
He did everything he could. We did everything
Yeah.
we could. The company hired and vetted mercenaries. Lieutenant Dubois got between them and the locals.
Yeah.
Here comes the cavalry.
He did so at considerable risk to his person. Remember,
Yeah.
he was shot. We stopped an execution, not a negotiation.
I also solved the
The
case.
loss was minimal compared to what it could have been.
I also solved the case.
Detective.
It's solved.
It's better if I do that.
It's so much better if he does this.
Is
A
it?
million
Why?
times better.
Thank you for the input, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. I didn't mean to suggest you didn't
Did you
handle
not?
the situation.
He thinks of
Because you didn't handle it. You fucked off, mate.
You spent the week with him on this case. What is your take?
On the case?
On Lieutenant Geoffrey Dubois.
Oh, just on
Well,
me.
the drinking, the gun losing.
Don't tell him I lost my
refusing
gun.
the badge. That's all true. Although he has not been drinking on the job this week.
He might have spotted me taking a drug one time, though.
See?
1 week.
Yeah.
Then there's the self-flagellation issue. He likes to apologize profusely, making it sound like
Yeah.
he's guilty of at least first-degree murder.
It's
not
maybe
a
a-
communication
It's
strategy.
maybe a bit of an over-exaggeration.
It's worrying, especially considering his political views. Detective Dubois
Oh, here we go. He's breaking me
a
down.
Mazovian socio-economist. He wants to liquidate the ruling class.
Yeah. Why not? Let's get rid of
Again,
them.
For a
Eat
police
them.
officer,
Wait.
it's a little odd.
You should yell something.
Let's not do that.
Yes, let's let the big boys talk.
And then
Let's
there's
not
the
shout
motor
that.
carriage in the sea.
That'll definitely get us
The
in
drugs,
prison.
Of course. Amphetamine, mostly.
I used
But
it
despite all
once.
this, he is a great detective.
One
of the best
time.
I've seen, in fact. He can talk human beings into telling him everything.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't stop. In all the time I've spent with him, he has
Yeah.
not once stopped pursuing leads, however far-fetched. and
Exactly.
tangential.
And they've led us to
He is
success.
tireless, madly driven. Well, except that one time when he stopped to sing karaoke, which, by the way, was a valiant effort.
It was terrible. Don't
He
say it was a
really sang
valiant
his heart
effort.
Yeah, it was what it was.
Uh-huh.
Other than that one time, he has tirelessly
Oh, he was there,
worked
yeah.
on the case, and he solved it. We have a confession, a murder weapon, and the perpetrator.
Locked, is he locked on the island?
Awaiting transportation. He apprehended a straggler who stayed hidden for
Hmm.
50 years, ever since the revolution. Who's probably committed other murders over those years.
Yeah.
Oh, and
And he
he
discovered a
also
new species.
discovered a new species.
A new species?
A colossal stick insect.
Yeah.
It was on the island, camouflaged as the reeds.
I've got a picture.
Unfolded from the reeds. I think we may be dealing with the Insulindian phasmid.
He
Yes.
takes out the photo of the phasmid and shows it.
Let's
to
see
the
what they think of
officers
that.
Across the yard, the wind blows, flapping the glossy rectangle in his hand. You hear gasps beneath the
They're like,
howl of the wind.
It is!
As you can see, it's about
It
3
is the
meters tall.
phasmid! Boom
I think it may
shakalaka.
be the largest land invertebrate ever discovered.
Fucking hell is that?
Yeah.
Is this somehow connected to the case?
No, not really.
The killer did not seem to be aware of the phasmid's presence, exhibiting
No, it's just a
strange,
boom, boom, boom,
atypical
boom,
dementia. He fell into a
boom.
stupor
People don't
after
say
it
that.
happened.
There's that. Was there not some dick
became
that said that on
near
some program? Constantly says boom to everything. Boom! Yeah, mate, boom! Like, no, mate. No. Just stop saying boom.
So it is connected.
What was that? Somebody constantly saying boom. There was a guy. What was that? It's something. What was it? Who was that? There was a guy on something I remember. What was that? There was a thing. That's going to annoy me. I can't think what it is. It's like a guy, and he's doing something. He's been, to be honest, he's really fucking shit at what he's doing, and he keeps saying "boom" to everything, and just making himself look like more and more of a dick. And I cannot remember what it comes from. Cannot remember where it comes from. It's gonna annoy me. Anyway, let's continue with this.
I must say, this is absolutely extraordinary.
It might have been on like an
I
X
don't even
Factor
have
thing or
words
something.
for it.
Yes, it really does make it hard to
I
find
hate when
out the
people do
drunk.
that.
This is a very, very sad man who has just seen something that's made him forget his sadness.
We've turned the guy that hated us
Now you
maybe to our friend.
Now is the time.
Now I started a nightclub in
Now
the
or
okay.
never.
The killer.
Lilianovich. Revolutionary matronym.
A revolutionary
The
matronym.
custom started in Grad, where they have patronyms.
Can we get through this?
Milosevic, etc. The revolutionaries saw this as a chauvinist atavism, so they used
Okay.
matronyms, derived from the mother's name instead.
Right.
This man's mother was Lilian. His
So he's
Lilian's
Lilianovich.
son.
Oh, like, yeah,
The
because you
custom
have.
was overturned after the
course.
revolution failed, but not before it made it to Revachol.
Okay.
So, it is what a soldier of the ICM would be called.
Yes.
Thank you, Trant. Thank you for that piece of cultural theory.
We have a motive.
You said you have a motive?
Of course,
Yeah.
excuse me, I just thought it was noteworthy.
Killed the mercenary in an act of jealousy.
I thought this Lilianovich was an old man. To have been
Exactly.
for 50 years, 70 something.
A strange psychosexual fascination.
You know,
The result
he'd been
of
he'd been on his
spending all
own
this time in solitude
for.
on the islands of this bay, and trauma too. He himself gave a political reason. In his
Killed an
mind,
enemy combatant.
He had killed an enemy combatant. Also, we have a sniper's nest with full view of the room in which
Two
the
officers on
mercenary
scene.
died, right on the island.
Confessed to
And
both
two
of us, yeah.
officers on the scene that Mr. Dross confessed to.
It's a clean win.
Oh, it's way more than that.
Yeah.
Way more.
Turn that perfect folding mechanism like the Phasmid.
Get over yourself, Harry. I can
Why
still
not?
smell
Why
the
not?
booze
Let's
of
say
the
that we're like the best because we've done
God
it.
damn it. Doesn't it ever leave? It is there,
Yeah.
like in your bones.
It's It's probably his clothes. You could probably do with throwing them away.
It will pass in time.
There's also a dead man on the boardwalk.
I
Do you want to take me
want
back?
to, but you discovered a new species. And
Exactly.
So
I'm better than you, who went off and tried to get me sacked, mate.
So I have to. Jude?
Anything that ends the trial is okay with me.
Trial?
Agreed. The public relations potential of this is too valuable to let go.
Okay. We have
Yes.
vehicles in the square, and the perpetrator needs to be taken into custody.
Let's do
Let's
it.
go.
Now you will finally get to know who you are.
I have a few
The man
questions.
looks westward, impatiently, jingling his car keys in his pocket.
Who am
Are
I?
you? You're a gym teacher, Harry.
What?
Well, obviously you're not a gym teacher anymore.
What? But
Before
before
you were a cop, you were a gym teacher in
I was
Coron.
what?
It's getting really cold outside. Should we maybe...
That does
Harry.
explain a lot.
It explains everything.
Running the jump in
around,
the shot
the
put.
jumping, the shot put, your inexplicable facial hair,
What's the facial hair got to do with anything?
some of your more old school wording choices,
Yeah.
your posture even, the constant stretches.
The
Yeah.
incredible.
We were running a
stamina
lot.
he puts. And this guy, too.
Of
Con-
course.
Contact Mike.
Contact Mike.
He's been on
Uh-huh.
about Mike again. I hate that guy. Oh,
do that.
you don't say.
5,000 to
You
1
also
rank
vote in
outsider.
possible Gulf of Finance and Privilege?
It is getting cold out.
Is it? Are you freezing to death, are you? Why did I join the
The
RCM?
regular. You found some chick. She inspired you to
That
fight
would've
the
been-
big fight. Be more than you are. All that.
You,
Yeah.
every morning, walking from Voyager Road to teach gym.
Oh.
She, leaving for the academy.
Great.
I knew
That's
it.
great.
I knew no normal human
Yeah.
being can run like that.
Yeah.
He's an honest-to-God gym teacher.
Why am I
It's not a
like
mystery.
this?
Some chick fucked you over. Also,
I knew
you're
that,
drunk.
You really went with it too. Really maximized the damage.
Dora
Who was it?
something. Dora
Dora
Engerlund?
Ingerland.
Yeah. You
Not
mentioned her name.
not Dolores Day.
Dora Dubois.
So we weren't married.
No one is married anymore.
Oh,
This
did
is
they not do that? When was
God,
this?
I don't know. 6 years ago?
6 years ago.
6 years and you haven't gotten over it. What the hell is wrong with you?
6
No,
years?
It was 6. Like, and
Yeah.
it's an old man thing. 2 old years equals 1 no.
Okay, I've heard enough of that.
You bitterly dropped dearest Dora and
Wait,
really
he did?
tore me a new one. Twice.
The special
Okay.
consultant glances at his wristwatch.
Am I a dirty cop working for La Puta Madre? No, because the suspects seem to
You're
think.
too unstable to work for
Yeah.
my boss.
They didn't want me anything to do with me.
No, my boss would take you.
I assure
We're
you,
wrapping up all of
I
it.
wouldn't consult for a corrupt unit.
He would immediately backpedal out of it. I told
Yeah,
you it's
probably.
not that bad.
What kind of station is Precinct
Us?
41?
We're the bloody murder
Yeah, I've heard that.
Haven't you heard? We're the bad guys.
Why are we the bad guys?
No
Because we
one
get the
likes
work
us.
done, or because we do it
That's
by
not
hurting
true.
people?
Jamrock is too big for one precinct. You're just understaffed, and everyone respects.
Everyone
the
respects
41st.
them,
You
apparently.
have Captain Price.
Yeah, but it's the people in the area that they police that matter.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You're being kind. It is an understaffed station, and the district is too big, which is why we need to.
Be a little more aggressive,
Get
even
back
though it
to
shouldn't be.
We left Torson and McLean to run the sea wing. It's not good.
Did we recently shoot up a church
So
by
he
any
remembers
chance?
that. Yes.
Well, yeah, I
There
mean,
may have been a raid on some churches.
this is
It
taking a
wasn't
while
the
to get
press.
to the end of this, isn't it?
Shooting up churches never is. I was out of town, to be clear.
Our enemies
But,
were
I mean, I
idling
assume we're
a
right at the
church,
end, so
to the best of
it's
our
not like we can do this in
information.
another stream.
That's it. I'm not talking about this anymore.
Okay.
Your security clearance is shit tier.
Yeah,
He
fair
knows
enough.
it. The RCM and its enemies will not be discussed on this coast. Your clearance will
Fair
not go
play.
up while you're within earshot of the Union headquarters.
So I work in the Bloody
it's not the
Murder
bloody
Division.
station. It's an old converted silk mill with green desk lamps and coffee corner. A lot of
Lot of
Jamrock
good
is
people.
the largest ghetto in Rivershore. Faubourg, technically, but
11
it's divided
districts.
into 11 districts. Jamrock only has us.
I see.
The press will blow over.
Mm.
Jamrock is lucky to have you, and it's
They've
often
got like one of the
considered
best
to be the
detectives
greatest
in the
of
whole world.
district. You're lucky to have him.
Thank you again, Lieutenant.
Yeah. Phasma didn't
Who is
tell
Lena?
Lena. Cryptozoologist.
Good luck finding her once we get back.
She and her
Yeah.
husband were conducting the search for the Phasmid.
Yeah, I'm sure
We
we'll
should
find
know
them.
as soon as possible. It would do you good to deliver some positive
Well, they
news
weren't
for
there
a
when we
change.
were at the place last.
Watch out, or she'll faint.
What we need to
Well,
now, Kitsuragi?
First, I will go back to my station and write
The most detailed report ever.
anyone has ever
About a
seen.
week of
It will have to
madness.
be good to cover all these.
A
Then
week
I
of
will have a
madness.
serious talk with my captain.
About what?
Detective, we just stopped a small-scale war. Something is happening.
Yeah,
to
there's something
Rivershore.
going on.
I don't know what yet, but it's going to be a hard spring for the RCM. We need to get ready, infiltrate.
We should get him in our team, yeah.
Talk to Captain Price?
Huh.
I'd rather not ruffle the feathers of two captains. With
Not
my
even
two
investigate, come and work with
Work
us.
with Price? I'm flattered, but I don't know if I...
Would fit him.
You
and
absolutely
crazy
would.
enough, Can take the stress.
He doesn't
He
know if he
doesn't
could
know
work
how
with
to
me
finish the
continuously.
This truly came as a surprise to him. Not a bad one, but he's at a loss.
Flattered? You're Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
We would be
We
flattered.
would be flattered if you even considered.
I would have to tie things up in GRIH first.
Mm.
But, I mean, whatever
He's
is
interested.
coming, Jamrock will be more central to it than the harbor.
And we also have a huge caseload. Looking.
Yeah.
Piles that
You
need
can
to
help
get
us out.
moved.
We're understaffed.
Mountains, even.
I do like the sound of that.
We've recruited him.
He's really considering it.
I'm ready.
Good.
Let's
Fuck it.
go.
Let's go. Tron brought his motor carriage.
20-minute
It's
drive
a
to
20-minute
Jamrock.
drive to Jamrock.
Under the noonday sky, the great district hums. A
Yes.
chessboard of wooden houses, 80,000 living souls, and chimney stacks. Fire traps as far as the eye can see. From Main Street
We've
to
done it, I
Precinct
think.
51, to Boogie Street, forking into the snow-swept horizon. You close your eyes and hear the dogs bark.
Oof.
A lone woman
It's taken a bit longer than I
sits by a
expected,
factory
but
window, dreaming of meteorite strikes. On Rue de Saint-Jérôme,
I think we worked to this
square
to be
bullet
about
slides into a square-shaped chamber.
about 30 hours or so.
In
I don't
Old
know.
South, A man without
It's a lot, isn't
eyelids smiles.
Maybe it's a
Spring
little
has
less
come.
than that.
It's time. Dawson? Yes. McLean? Yes. Heidelstein?
Gone.
No. Vicmere? Yes. Dubois? Of course.
Of course.
Really? Nick Gottlieb looks up.
He's not unstable anymore.
I hear he's unstable. You say that like it's a bad thing. Captain Ptolemy Price gestures with a ballpoint pen. It's dim in his office, and the curtains are
Harry's our man, he'll pull
Harry's
through.
our man. He'll pull through.
Harry,
When
he's
he
our
does,
man.
He'll side with the people.
He can't do it.
Understood.
No one can.
Gottlieb returns to the list. Minnow? Of course.
Wonderful.
She's okay.
Then can we please just go back to Jamrock now?
Yeah, we're all here. Let's go back to the big town. Back to Jamrock. Back to reality. Back to the world that he thought he'd left behind. I need a hand though, because I'm bleeding a bit. Are we just leaving that guy on the island, are we? Even though he's the murderer. Here, we made it out on our own 2 feet, I can't complain too much. Disco Elysium. We got there in the end. We got to the end of the game. And it was a bloody good game, wasn't it? I really enjoy all the work you get to get there, and you know, not really a fight to be had. We managed to kind of talk our way through everything, I guess, and it was a really interesting game. So I don't know, are there going to be any more games or any add-ons to this or anything? I hope there will be. I'll definitely look at it if there are. But it is a pretty well self-contained sort of game. Somebody needs to make more games like this though, because I do like the sort of overhead RPGs, but the isometric RPGs, but they're usually all pretty combat heavy, and I really like this. It's very unlike a lot of games, many games that I've ever really played other ones. But there we go, that is Disco Elysium, and that is going to be where I finish in just a moment. Once I just check something. We got there in the end. Check something. We got there in the end, so I'm going to say goodnight. Thank you very much for watching. I'll be back with more Resident Evil Village on Tuesday. Wednesday we'll have a watch party, and Thursday we'll have to start something new on PC because we've done this now. What will it be? I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll do a bit more of that Breath Edge because I haven't played it in a little while. Possibly. For now, as I say, good night.